for me, and I felt like I was out of options. I'm Jenna. My experience inspired me to start Eucora. Just mix a packet of Eucora with water and drink it to flush your urinary tract. Get your life back with Eucora. Get 30% off Eucora when you text HEALTH to 64,000. To get 30% off, text HEALTH to 64000.
You feel that? It's finally happening. It's starting to get cooler. Is it time to start wearing sweaters? No. It's time to call Harman Solar. See, if you install solar now, you get to enjoy huge savings next summer, up to 85% off your monthly bill. That means with zero down and no payments for 12 months, you can put that AC at whatever temperature you like year-round. Call Harman Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmansolar.com.
Medical data brought to you from Summit Male Medical Center. Over half of the guys over the age of 45 have some type of erectile dysfunction. If you fall into this category, you are obviously not alone. Don't worry about it. Do something about it. Call Summit Male Medical at 480-398-1000. Let our Arizona licensed doctors and all male medical staff using FDA-approved medication help you enjoy your life again. We guarantee it. Low testosterone? Common signs are muscle loss, irritability, weight gain, decreased libido. Our testosterone therapy will turn you around. Discreet, professional, and we are successful. Don't let getting older get you down. Call today, 480-398-1000. That's 480-398-1000. Or go to summitmalemedical.com. What are you waiting for? Call today. 480-398-1000.
If you're age 62 or older and own a home, this message is for you. Reverse Rob here, Money Radio's expert on reverse mortgages. Learn how to tap the equity in your home and increase the quality of your life by earning tax-free income while protecting your other retirement assets. Join us for our free Second Saturdays webinar every month to learn more. This is not too good to be true. All you need to do is reverse your thinking. Call me today, Reverse Rob, to learn more at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Friday here on the Daily Blender, and your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. You got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale with a bit of sadness in the air, a little twinge of something missing. What's happened? There's no NFL football this weekend for the first time since last August. There's no NFL this weekend.
Oh,
it's a barren and desolate place when that happens. Now the good news is next week, well, we have the mother of all Super Bowl NFL events called the Super Bowl, so that's going to be fun, and it's looking like it's going to be a good one. Should be kind of competitive. I mean. I'm a spoiler alert. I already think the Rams are going to put the beat down on the Bengals, but I'm rooting for the Bengals. So, it'll be fun. Pageantry, the halftime show, maybe it won't be that bad. Can I just tell you though, when's the last time we had good Super Bowl commercials? When's the last time? Because it's been years, 5-6 years.
I have gone through a good chunk of the last decade of the cycle of people are excited about the Super Bowl commercials. Then the Super Bowl happens. Then the day after the Super Bowl, everyone complains that the Super Bowl commercials were not as good as last year's Super Bowl commercials. I no longer care.
I never cared. I'm usually like I want to watch the game. So listen, I'm one of the people who will go to the bathroom during the commercials because I don't care about the commercial, especially nowadays, because if it's any good, people are going to say, oh, you can find that on the YouTube. Watch this. So I'm not going to miss nothing. But I'll tell you what, you haven't missed anything in quite a few years. And the other thing that's happening is nothing's a surprise. They're releasing these things a week before it happens. So remember, that was part of the fun of it. Ooh, I wonder what they'll do this year. And now it's like, well, I already saw it online. So there's no There's no surprises. There's nothing new. There's nothing new. So it's a little bit disappointing with the way that these Super Bowl commercials have gone. So that's always been sort of a thing for me.
I think it's this, what have you done for me lately type of mentality. And this, I've got to have it right now society. It's that microwave society, I like to say. They can't wait until the Super Bowl to unveil these cool new ads. So it's like those State Farm catastrophe. What's that? Calamity? Mayhem.
Those are actually good commercials.
Yeah,
like
and they just released a whole bunch of them. You couldn't wait for the Super Bowl to release those. I mean, come on, man.
Right. If you go on YouTube, you don't have to search for them. There's literally a tab that goes, check out these Super Bowl commercials. So you can already watch them all.
It's too bad, man. I used to look forward to that a lot.
Sure.
That was so fun. Yeah.
It was a fun little addition to the game. And if you're a true sports fan, it should never be more than a true addition to the game. But it's lost its luster. So sort of a good news, bad news thing. I can continue with the good news and the bad news. Bad news is the Suns lost last night to the Atlanta Hawks. I'm sure you all know that. Trae Young reminding us, don't look at the hair, look at the stat sheet. And he had 43 points, and there goes the Suns' 11-game winning streak. Listen, that was a nice streak, but you're going to lose some games, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You can't win the entire season. So, haters,
yeah, they're still 41-10, which is still, the best mark through that stretch that we've seen in a while. So, we're still talking about a damn good basketball team.
Yeah.
Speaking of ending winning streaks, how about Grand Canyon University ending Seattle U's 9-game win streak last night, 78-66. Jovan Blackshear Jr. Killing it. He had a career high 26 points. And a good night all around. Holland Woods had 22 for the Lopes. Keon, what was the keys to the game? What was just being better than the other team, right?
Well, it was being better than the other team, but it was fantastic defense. I forget the name of Seattle U's point guard. This guy was going crazy through that 9-game winning streak. And the last time he faced the Lopes, he burned them to death. They held him to one of his worst shooting nights of the entire season. So that was part of it. And Jovan Blackshear Jr., point guard, no turnovers, which is absolutely huge because the Lopes love to go up and down the floor. They're a fast-paced team. Turnovers happen. Yeah, that night, man, that guy was taking care of the basketball. And Holland Woods Jr., those 22 points, most of those came in the first half. So he really set the tone for that team.
Yeah, and Gabe McLaughlin having them 8 rebounds, that really showed up on the score sheet. You see the first half, GCU dominated. And that has a lot to do with what you just said. It's called defense. In the second half, it was 40-40. So they were trying to come back, but GCU just kept hitting them point for point, match for match, no problem. We go home winners, and now they're going to be home again on Saturday against California Baptist.
And that's a big win for them too, because that was a 3-game losing streak that GCU was coming off of. So that's not good. You're in conference play right now. So this is where these games matter for you trying to make the tournament. You have to win these games. I don't want to say must win, but it's as close to that without being that as you can possibly get to.
Well, listen, we'll take it as good news. That's a good win for Grand Canyon University. Back to the bad news. Arizona State University lost by 5 points to to USC. And that's all right. Listen, again, we talked about this. We're not expecting a whole lot. It's always good to see when they're in the game, right?
That one's a little disappointing because here's an opponent that you have. They have
3 times more wins than
but
ASU
they had their worst shooting night last night. 27% for USC. But ASU shot 26%.
So it's a nice story for ASU defense, but I guess what Hurley needs to think about is finding people who can get points on the board.
They haven't scored more than 56 points in their last 3 games.
And they almost made the 56 points this one. Can't you find a positive thing to say, Keon?
I'm saying you gotta start looking at some criticisms here because that was a winnable game, and they just
now. Rookie better here.
Yes,
Didn't
sir.
ASU for the second game in a row cover the spread?
What was
I use that, Jeffco?
What was
Didn't
the
they
spread?
Cover the spread?
I don't know what the spread was. Was it like a preserve, a strawberry jam?
No, the spread, the point spread. They were supposed to lose to ASU. They were supposed to lose by 21, and they only lost by 10. So they covered the spread against U of A. And last night, I think it was 14 points, and they covered the spread again. See what I mean? So if you put your money on ASU to cover the spread, bammo, you would have been a win. Even though the Sun Devils lost, you would have still won some cash.
So that's the thing, is trying to bet they won't lose as bad as people say
they cover
will.
the spread.
It's a little bit heartbreaking, but I'm glad you won that bet. Good for you,
See,
my friend.
There's a little positivity
There's
for
positive. Yeah, Josh Applebaum, I'm sure do you remember the question we were asked from yesterday? Oh, is about if they have like mutual funds for betting. Like we find the best gambler we know. Here's some money. Go make some money for me. I think that's a bad idea, and I think it also just takes away the fun of it, doing it, yourself in a very reasonable way. But I don't know. Some people are so good at it, it might be a better return than the stock market, especially days like today.
Because as Josh Applebaum is fond of telling us, you're trying to hit that 52.5% mark, I think, of your games. So it's not like you're asking a tall ask for somebody who knows what they're doing.
Well, clearly we're still on the not know what we're doing column. So we're trying to get better. So a little bit later on the show, we got Josh Applebaum to have sports betting 101 and educate us in the ways of sports betting even further. So,
I have one more for you. Did you notice this?
Is it good news or bad news? Because we're doing good news, bad news.
Well, this is a what do you call it? A observation. This is an observation. Speaking of Josh Applebaum, an observation.
Yes, sir.
Keon, listen up now. Today, the line shifted. More money went towards the Rams. They started at 4. They're at 4.5 now.
Oh, it changed again since this morning.
Changed. So that means now the public is throwing more money on the Rams, which is moving that line. Oh, maybe a bet on the Bengals to cover the spread. See that? I'm starting to pick up the lingo, Jeffco.
Yeah.
You see, I've been noticing this stuff.
I got to say, cover the spread more, so I sound like I know what I'm talking about.
I just got to say that.
You listen. When people say, let's do this or that with that. And remember what I've always said, just give me the cowboy bet, win or lose, on or off. And I don't like to play all these weird versions of poker. I like to play just basic poker, So for me, it's just always going to be the money line. That's it. I'm always going to just do the money line. And that I've had success for so far. So like Josh Applebaum said, find your thing, find your groove, the thing you're good at, go with that. So I don't know if I'll ever really trust the spread. That is, to me, more of an intangible than winning or losing.
Yeah, it is. But you could win some good money.
All right, let me give it a shot. Maybe I'll give it a shot.
If you pick the underdog, what you're essentially saying is, hey, this is just going to be closer than anybody thought, which isn't that intangible.
Yeah, and ASU's done pretty good on surprising people lately. So, all right. By the way, I don't know if this counts as good news or bad news, but ASU plays UCLA on Saturday.
Oh, dear God.
That sounds like bad news.
The Spitty guy, I don't think is going to be there.
No.
Did you hear what happened?
Yes.
I guess the dude on the UCLA, Mac Etienne, or I don't know.
Etienne.
I think that's French for he got arrested because he spat at some Arizona basketball fans. Now, listen, we understand that. They look like they probably need some hydration. Meth will do that to you. But that's what they call simple assault. You're not allowed to spit at people. And for whatever reason, this redshirt freshman, somebody said something to him, so he went, "Pee." And they let him get to the locker room, and then they arrested him.
Oh, man, he spit twice.
Yeah, he might be French. It might be a French thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
But there is no handcuffs involved. But they booked him. They arrested him, and so there you go. So now ASU players, if I were them, just for fun, they should all show up on the court with face guards, like those plastic medical face guards. Like, is he here? No? Okay, let's take him off. Because that's nasty. I don't think he'll be playing anytime soon.
Well, he was. I think he's been out. Keon, check me on that. I think he's been out this season so far because he hurt his knee and he had surgery on his knee, so he's not playing this season at all.
they're gonna send him home. You can't travel with the team if you're hacking loogies on other people's fans. So I think that's a good news thing. He won't be spitting on ASU people's this coming weekend. Hey, we have a new texter here on the text line, sort of. It's a new texter since May of 2021 who continues to not give himself a texter nickname. Let's see if they say anything that matters. 5843 says, girlfriend let me cover the spread once. Things got kind of sticky. What? Let's scroll up and see what his texts were in the past. Let's see. He said that Keon might be the Brian DeBall of 1580. Said he could take a girl out for $15 and then somebody else could go to a game. He said for $20, he knows some people that'll make it a memorial. You can't get a $20 hit, man. Let's see. Also, he said once that how are you even on the air? How dumb do you have to be anti-science? Although that was for the morning show. At 6:11 a.m. I was gonna say I'm not anti-science.
How dumb do you have to be anti-science?
Whoops, sorry. Anyways, 5843. You might want to come up with a texter nickname. King of Kitten says, Randy, the Mayhem guy represents Allstate.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I think we can forgive you for not being up on your insurance mascots.
I don't. Between Liberty, and Mayhem, God, oh my God,
Mayhem is the best.
Mayhem is clear and away the best.
Yeah, that guy was on the Dennis Leary show, Rescue Me, and he was really good. And I think he's good. And those Mayhem commercials are the only ones that don't aggravate me until they play them over and over and over and over and over and over again.
Have you seen the one where he's doing the TikTok dance and brother crashes into a garbage truck, and the look on the brother's face is priceless, just absolutely priceless.
Yeah, I'm sure it's the same look all of us would have seeing some moron doing a TikTok. What is with that? I just don't know what to do.
I know exactly what's with that. TikTok is populated primarily by 17-year-old girls.
Why do they think we want to see them do some little cheerleading dance thing?
They think each other wants to see it.
But they don't. Nobody wants to see that.
I don't know. I'm not a 17-year-old girl. I can't answer the question for you. That's what they're doing right now.
If there's any 17-year-old girls listening, don't text in because Moist One might be here. Forget I said anything. I don't understand the following things. The dancing thing, that's why I'll never be on TikTok. Why some gals on social media take the same picture of themselves like 17,000 times. And I'm like, you think we haven't figured out what you look like yet? And here's the thing that I've also noticed. Pretty girls and non-crazy girls have other people taking pictures of them. Let that marinate for a damn minute. You shouldn't be sitting there taking your own picture all the time. And I definitely shouldn't see a reflection in the mirror of you taking your own damn picture all the time. Ugh, I can't even go on. The only time I go to Facebook is to post this show. Outside of that, I can't stand the narcissistic, insipid, vapid, any number of PIDs that you can put into this sentence.
Oh, look out, Keon. He's digging into the dictionary again.
I'm in the PID section. I'm not going to lie to you.
He's just going through alphabetically looking for insults.
Why? And then the girls just this. Why do you think we want to see you over and over? Say something substantive. Or so then I go to the Twitter, and on Twitter, okay, nobody's doing the pictures thing, but over there, everybody's angry and the horrible and nasty. And then I don't have. Here's why I don't work out on Instagram very well. You know why? I don't have that many. I don't take pictures all that often. You know, it's like a chore. It's like, oh, if I'm going to have to post on Instagram, here's my toenails. I mean, I don't have. If it's not interesting to me, I don't take a picture of it. So I don't know. Am I the only one? Am I the only one?
I do the Instagram. I do the Instagram to follow my grandkids and my kids, and I follow a lot of these barbecue guys. And I like to see how they're doing stuff, and they put their recipes a lot of times. So that's what I do.
That's a good idea because you don't ever want to Google pictures of meat. You don't want to Google that.
No.
That turns out very bad.
Yeah,
that's
Google. Yeah.
Show me pictures of other men's meat. You know, the
Yeah.
guy's barbecuing.
No.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that. Navy Brad says, Randy, Angel the Bunny has a question for Cecil the Wonder Dog.
Okay.
Who will you take in the Super Bowl next weekend, Cecil?
Well, as you can see, I don't know, maybe you can see, but Cecil
he's
is unconscious right now.
Yeah, he's been in the middle of a 3-day bender. So
Yeah, he's out. He's out. He's assumed the position, so he'll be napping. I'll ask him when he wakes up, and I'll give you his answer.
Yeah, we're not waking him up just for this. There's a whole week between now and the Super Bowl. Maybe.
Oh, yeah. If somebody comes to the door and he starts barking, I'll ask him.
Mr. Wilbur says, I can't wait to rewatch that Super Bowl commercial of the Fanatics, where Bruce is the limo driver of this super long stretch limo, and you guys are riding in the back, just doing everything possible to distract him by throwing and burning everything New York Mets and New York Jets out the window. Damn, he just wrote a pretty good ad.
I haven't seen that commercial yet.
Anyway, Bruce up there with his little hat, and we're in the back just being obnoxious. You know, we pull up, the ghost of Don Shula gets in, and
we're all wearing Dolphins jerseys.
That's right. We pick up Dale Hellestray. He sits right behind Bruce, and every now and then flicks his ears. It's like that is Bruce Jacobs' nightmare right there. You know,
great ad.
We pick up that little Swedish girl who's all about the environment. Get her in. Then we'll go pick up Nancy Pelosi. Say, Nancy, there's only enough room for you to sit in the front seat. Sorry. And then he's like, just sit there. Good Lord, I can think of a million ways to torture him as he drives our limo. Good thinking, Mr. Wilbur. All right, listen, we got a bunch of texts here on the text line. We'll get back to that. We're going to talk a little bit of Olympics, because it's time now for us to decide in the Olympics right now of the events, what are sports, what are not sports. And then after that, yes, we're going to jump face first into a giant vat of NFL. Come on back, kids. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brett Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Heads up, sports bettors. Right now, you can try VSiN All Access free for 30 days with no credit card required. Visit vsin.com/free month to sign up now.
College basketball tomorrow. Arizona and Arizona State will both be in action for number 7 Arizona. They are going to match up against number 19 USC. Arizona 8-1 in Pac-12 play after their big win against UCLA yesterday. Arizona State, they are going to host number 3 UCLA. Arizona now has top 6 odds to win the national title this year. They are paying out at plus 1,300, which is tied with Kentucky. Only Gonzaga, Auburn, Baylor, Purdue, and Duke have better odds to win this year's national championship. For the latest odds all the time, visit vsin.com. I'm Matt Pauley on Arizona's sports betting station, 1580 The Fanatic.
They're going to go nuts when he hits this thing.
The People's Open is back. See the PGA Tour's best tee it up at the 2022 Waste Management Phoenix Open, presented by Taylor Morrison, February 7th through the 13th at TPC Scottsdale. Get full tournament info at wmphoenixopen.com.
Contractors, are you missing out on jobs due to lack of bonding? When your current bonding holds you back, call Arizona's #1 bond managers at Constructors Bonding. They have the market relationships and expertise to take you where you want to go. Serving all types of contractors of any size, licensed in all states. When you need better bonding, call Dave McKee at Constructors Bonding, 602-432-5929, or visit cbialliance.com.
This is Aaron Warby, host of the Bulls and the Bears Radio Hour. In the show, we try to teach the tools, rules, and strategies that traders and investors need to do better with their wealth and portfolio income. But most of the time, an hour is just not long enough. At Online Trading Academy, we believe that the average person should be given the tools, rules, and strategies that Wall Street's elites have been using for years to outperform others. Are you one of the millions that have recently established a trading account? Or have you always wanted to trade or take a more active role in guarding and growing your own wealth, but have not had the know-how or confidence? We want to invite you out to a complimentary 3-hour power trading and investing workshop, where you'll learn what it is that the professionals use to limit their risks and maximize their possible gains in both trading and investing. To register, call 8448-TRADER. That's 844-887-2337, or text the word stocks to 25029. Again, that's stocks to 25029. Reserve your seat now.
Dreaming of adventure beyond your backyard? NerdWallet can help you compare and find the smartest credit cards to get there. Use NerdWallet to compare travel cards with bonus miles to go from working from home to relaxing far, far away. Then use NerdWallet to compare cashback cards and turn everyday purchases into a beachside cabana big enough for the whole family.
Or Santa the third tower.
She's the only boss you'll be answering to this week. Nice castle. Compare your way there. Find the smartest financial products for you on NerdWallet.
College basketball is on the Fanatic. Are you ready for the madness? GCU is charging through the WAC on a collision course for the big dance. Catch their games live on the home of GCU basketball. We catch up with the best the NCAA has to offer. When it comes to college basketball, we are your home for all the action. 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic. And always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. So I'm gonna need some help. I was looking around and so one of the DraftKings, and I went to the Super Bowl. There are so many different things you can do and bet on in the Super Bowl. Prop bets about what happens during the game. Prop bets about the wide receivers, quarterbacks, this, that, the other, yards, running. And I couldn't find like the silly ones. I couldn't find the anthem one. I only think I found was a gameplay one that said that the jersey number of the first person to get a touchdown over under 23.5, something like that. And I'm like, okay, that's cool, but I want to see the silly ones. Have they not posted the silly ones yet? Because I know they posted all the prop bets about gameplay. Have you guys seen the silly? Because I didn't see the anthem one. I didn't see the Gatorade one. Or am I just looking in the wrong damn place?
Maybe they don't release those until the week of the Super Bowl, so that's probably why. I don't know why. But.
All right. As long as I feel like I'm not doing anything wrong, I will believe you. But I definitely want to have a little fun with those prop bets. Now, the more serious better, we'll have fun with the statistic prop bets, all the different ways that you can do. And there's, believe me, plenty of them. Listen, you've got a week to figure this out. Because Super Bowl Sunday, it all goes down, and all of what you've been waiting for happens right there. And it happens here on 1580 The Fanatic as well. But listen, have some fun with it. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use promo code BET1580. Get 56-1 odds on either team. And listen, you just got to bet $5 and you could win 280 in free bets if you get the right team. And remember, if you're a new customer, you can experience Super Bowl 56 with same game parlays. So you get in there and you find all these little stats and things I was just talking about, connect them together, and you could take a buck and turn it into an unbelievable amount of money. So this is all for fun. So absolutely get the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use promo code BET1580. That is promo code BET1580, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 56. That's right, DraftKings Sportsbook. 21 or over only. Arizona residents only. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. New customers only. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details.
Okay, Jeff, go. Who's got your back? Who's your guy? Who's always got your six?
Randy White.
That's right. And so if you open up your DraftKings, there's your DraftKings, right?
Okay,
you go here to Super Bowl LVI, because I refuse to try to learn what Roman numerals mean. See,
well, it's 56.
Super Bowl LVI. Okay, you click on that tab. Bam, it opens up. Now, do you see up there towards the top where it says game lines?
I'm still logging in. Hold on.
Oh,
I use the fingerprint security thing.
Oh, it's the
right,
fingerprint. I use the lips.
LVI.
So I just get LVI.
Yeah.
I click on that.
Yeah.
Now you see up there at the top, it's underlined in green, says game lines.
No.
Okay, it's upper third. You see game. The game is circled. Do you see game there? Can you see where it says
I have
game?
a Droid. I think you use mine. It looks different because I've got a. I got a Droid.
You got to go to where you got to see where it says Super Bowl specials.
Oh, okay, I got that.
Super Bowl. Now click on Super Bowl specials.
Yeah.
Now you'll see on there MVP, player specials. You'll see first to score, first play specials. There's one that says novelty props. Do you see that one?
No.
You don't see novelty props?
I got it. I got it.
Click
on
novelty props, and there you go.
There's more now.
There's all your fun ones. Color of the Gatorade, jersey number to score the first touchdown.
Okay.
Who wins the touch? Who wins the coin toss? Stuff like that.
These just came live today because this morning, the only thing I could find in there was the jersey number of the first touchdown score, which is the over-under is 23.5. Now they have all these other ones in here. Will it be Gatorade be clear, orange, blue? The best odds are on purple, plus 1,000. But let's face it, it's going to be probably orange, maybe red or pink. I don't know. I mean, what's the historical?
Could be blue.
Thing?
Could be blue.
Of course, then some assistant, says, "Well, guess what? It's going to be purple." Because I've made bets on purple. Whatever the case. Yes, thank you, Randy, for pointing that out. Now, let the games begin.
There you go. That's who's got your back, Jeffco. Always got your six, pal.
Thank you, sir. Let's get caught up on the text line, and we will move this thing along. Let's see. Mr. Pink Eye has a man card question for the man card commissioner. Me. That's right. I am the Southwest Regional Man Card Commissioner. I have a doctorate in manology from the Sheer Damn Manliness Institute. And there's nobody better qualified than me to answer these questions. Plus, I also am the author of the Manstitution of the United States of America. That's right. It's a list of all the rules that govern manliness in this here country of ours. So, Mr. Pink Eye, is it a man card violation to have Valentine's Day chocolate strawberries on Super Bowl Sunday? I don't see why it would be. Why would it be a man card violation? If you like chocolate and you like strawberries, are you being romantic with that special person in your life, or are you just being romantic with yourself? It doesn't matter. I don't think I can call this a man card violation.
I don't know. Chocolate tastes good. Strawberries taste good. If you put the two together, they taste good.
I don't care for them, but the ladies like them quite a bit. I mean, that's where he's going with that.
You get the dark chocolate on those scrumdiddlyicious, juicy strawberry. Oh, those are good.
Yeah, just give me the chocolate. I'm happy. So that's just a matter of personal taste. It's not a man card question at all, Mr. Pink Eye. So at first glance, your question, I say, no, you are not in man card violation danger. You're fine. Jagdog wants us all to know the Suns have not won in Atlanta since 2012. They have lost 8 games in a row. They've only played 8 games in Atlanta since 2012
because they're in the Eastern Conference. So you play them twice a year. They come to Phoenix. You go to Atlanta. That's the only times you play them.
Well, then his numbers don't make sense because if it's 2012 and it's 8, well, then that if we play them twice a year, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, unless
that math ain't working out for me here.
Didn't we have a lockout shortened year? That might throw that number off.
Okay, now you might be onto something. All right,
Jagdog. And the COVID year, but
I'll allow it. I'll allow it. President Wallet says, sorry, I tuned in late. I had to listen to one of your hosts down the dial say how they know more about basketball than Charles Barkley. I needed something to laugh and be angry about. Well, I found it. What? Well, you shouldn't be cheating on us. That's the problem, President Wallet. That's what happens when you cheat on us. You get an earful of ugh.
You just get an instant reminder as to why you should never have gone there in the first place.
But that said, I'd love to. I won't say who it is, but if you text it to me, I'd love to know who this host is you're talking about. Big Kev says, hey, what's up, guys? Home from work, watching the show on my 80-inch flat screen TV today. TV makes you 3 look pretty damn good.
Well,
we would have thought a smaller TV would make us look really damn good, but appreciate that, Big Kev.
Kev. Thanks.
Yeah, it was funny. On the Twitter, Old Fish Tank had he's built a bar in his garage, which he has decided that the name for that will be the Blowhole, and because he's a Miami Dolphins fan. And have you seen the photos, Randy? Damn good job he did.
It looks awesome.
I didn't see the photos yet. I've been looking for them. I'll have to go to Fish Tank's Twitter page and look those up.
Yeah, there's wood paneling, and he has a TV up on the wall, no wires, so he did a good job of putting that together. He's got a cool dartboard over to the side. It just is like,
Nice.
if you're gonna have a bar in your garage / house, wherever, fish tank should put it in there for you.
Oh,
He
yeah,
did a sweet job. And then at first I didn't even notice it, but I looked closer at the picture, and it's us on the TV. He was watching the blender in there. I was like, oh, it's us. Look at everything. I mean, Ralph was on it too. So, yeah, we apologize. Anyway, but Big Kev, thank you for that. Gorilla Toe says ASU swallows. No legal issue there. Oh, because you still a spits. Thanks. Royale Cheese says, can I get a shot of tequila to celebrate my new job? Congratulations, man. What is your new job? You can tell me, and if you don't want me to tell anybody, I won't read it, but I'm curious. It's good to have a new job. King Kitten says, Jeffrey, you don't follow Bruce Jacobs on Facebook? Why? We're Facebook friends.
Why would he do? Why would he do this?
The answer to that question is Jeffrey does not follow Bruce Jacobs. End of sentence.
Well, I mean, no, we're Facebook friends. Listen, he's a lovely person.
He is.
When you meet him in person, as long as you keep the conversation to a polite area. So I got no problem with Bruce. He says, why do you hate science, Jeffrey? I don't hate science. That guy was also on HBO's prison show, Oz. I've seen him naked.
Hello.
Who are you talking about? Oh, the guy for the
Mayhem
Mayhem
guy.
commercials.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah, sometimes when your texts come out of order, I thought you were talking about Bruce Jacobs. I was like, I didn't know he was on Oz.
You seen Mayhem naked, huh?
Ooh.
Of course, if Bruce Jacobs had been on Oz, I feel it would explain a lot.
Well, yeah, that would be true. Yeah.
I don't even know what that means. Senior Wake Bake says, sup, gentlemen, hook shot from half court. They won't see it coming. I don't know what he's talking about.
You know it. What's he talking about? Here's a nice cold beer for you. Just go with it.
Oh, yeah. 602 Pat Stan says, so I have an announcement. I can finally wear my Tom Brady jersey again. I'll be wearing it to the Super Bowl party I'm going to. Well, wait, I don't understand. Why couldn't you wear a Tom Brady jersey if you wanted to?
It's a Patriots jersey, and he wasn't wearing it because Tom went to the Buccaneers.
I still think you could have worn it. I mean, he did
People
play.
have weird reasons for stuff.
I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know
I-
that for sure, but I have a feeling.
I think that is the explanation, Randy. But you could have still worn it, but unless you were mad at Tom Brady for leaving. But
Were you mad, Pats fan? Were you mad?
He gave you 6 rings. I don't know what you'd be mad about.
Tell you what, he didn't mention you in his farewell Twitters. And then it's like he wouldn't mention anybody until Kraft put out a thing that was just slobbering all over him. So then Tom Brady replied, hey, thanks, Patriots, and thanks, Patriot fans. He didn't say thanks, Bob. He just said, hey, thanks, Patriots fans. And then Bill Belichick put something out, and it was crickets. I don't think Tom responded to that one, but I don't think it matters if you like him anymore. Pretty sure he don't like you anymore. Getting that feeling. Mr. Pringle says, so pot's legal now. Congratulations to drugs for winning the war on drugs. Oh, they won that war a long time ago. Cheesehead Bill says, good afternoon, gentlemen. After this week, Randy, can I please have a shot of moonshine? And not that wussy find in the store moonshine. I want that might make you want to go blind moonshine.
Well, here's some stuff that I cooked up just last month. Hang on a second. Let me get that out for you. Here we go. Try this. See what you think of that one.
Quick. You got to drink it quick because it's been melting through the glass lately. Hey, everybody. I just want to take a moment and wish Berg's older twin sister a early happy birthday tomorrow. I guess she's driving from wherever the heck it is she is to Arizona right now. And so Berg says she might be listening. So it would have been nice if you gave me her name or any other information. But happy birthday to Berg's sister. But we're not going to say happy birthday to Berg until next Monday.
Right.
Or actually till next year. Because if his birthday is falling on a Saturday, it's out of our jurisdiction.
Yeah.
We can't touch it.
if you would please release the truth and tell everybody that Jeffrey did not win that cancer walk, I'll say happy birthday to you right now.
He's been releasing the truth over and over again, and you just refuse to accept
barking
it.
dogs. Yeah,
It
barking dogs.
is
That's all I
not
hear.
our fault.
Ruff, 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 ruff. Arf,
Oh
arf,
my
arf.
God.
That's all I hear.
It was 8 years ago,
Blah, blah.
Randy. Let it go.
Blah, 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 blah.
Berg says about the Patriots jersey, says, I get superstitious, but I wore my Brady jersey when he went to Tampa and my Tom effing Brady shirt. Always thankful for the 6 rings he brought us. See, there you go. That's the right spirit. Fed fan says, sorry, I'm an old fart. I'm not a 17-year-old girl, so I can't explain any of their actions. But as a chick, I want you all to know that I don't like chocolate-covered strawberries.
Huh.
I like strawberries and I like chocolate, but not together.
Really?
Yeah. Well, that's not
you
everybody.
have been warned, potential suitors. You've been warned.
There you go.
Lost Toby says in Vegas, the sports books have a booklet of about 20 pages of bets for the Super Bowl. You might have to go to the sports book. No, we found it. It's on the DraftKings. It's just they hadn't released it. That's why I couldn't find it until now. And let's see. Royale Cheese says actuary work. Was I supposed to say what that was? Oh, you didn't tell me if I could say it or not. But he's working for. Well, I'm not going to say until I am told I can say. I'm not going to say.
Congratulations.
Yes,
Congrats.
congratulations. Patriot Eddie says, good afternoon, guys. I need a shot of Jack, please. Going to be a long weekend.
There you go, my friend.
Kiss the Cook says, Naked Mayhem. That's a great name, actually.
It is a
Naked
great
Mayhem.
texture nickname.
And he says, why does Helly and his Muppet refer to the blender as part-timers? Because they get really butthurt around the time, say, of the NCAA tournament. What happens is they still have to work, but we get those days off with pay. And
which one's the Muppet? I must know.
That's a good question. It's either Chief sounds like a Muppet. I don't know. It could be Bruce. I don't know.
That was a good one. You got me on there. Thank you for that.
Joe the Show says the weekend is upon us, men.
Yes.
Man, TF up this weekend and let me get 2 shots of the crown.
All right.
Well, we're always manning TF up.
Every
That's
day.
just kind of our go-to speed, Joe the Show.
Every day we're hustling.
Thunder Snow also says Jeffrey won the cancer walk. Berg says Tracy is his sister who's having the birthday tomorrow, and she's 2 minutes older. So I think he can call her old lady or old woman or, even grandma.
As long as he can run faster than her, he can say anything he wants.
It's all that matters. Patriot Eddie says he's working Saturday and Sunday. Oh,
there we go. There we go.
Eddie. Sorry.
Go, Eddie, go.
Well,
yeah.
No, it's not good.
Man, TF up. Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure he's doing it. He's going to get it done. He's TCB. All right. He's taking care of business.
Yeah.
It always makes me feel bad when somebody has to work on the weekend.
You just made that up, didn't you? TCB.
No, Elvis had a necklace that said TCB, taking care of business. Or what? Fucking go.
Never heard of that before.
Google it.
TCB.
Google it. Lost Toby says there's a bet that says game to be tied after 0-0. Yes or no? Is that a trick question? What does that mean? Game to be tied after 0-0. I wonder if it's a go to overtime bet. But that's a good question. Lost Toby, I'm going to save your question for when Josh Applebaum joins us in the next hour. Rob Diz said Helly's Muppet. That's a good texture nickname.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Helly's Muppet.
Yeah.
All right. Fed fan says, stop bragging, Jeffrey. Last time you guys bragged about having time off, we got the pandemic. I don't want another pandemic. No more viruses. Well, no, that was the time before. That was when coronavirus first started. This last time, we got ourselves a proper bunch of days off. And guess what, Randy? We're going to get it again.
Yeah.
It's Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
The special update on the 2022 Winter Games, sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Competition has been underway for a couple of days in Beijing, but the first medal of these games will be handed out late tonight and early tomorrow morning here in the States. The first medal event will come from cross-country skiing and the women's skiathlon, where Norway's Teresa Juhug is the heavy favorite. Juhug missed the 2018 games in Pyeongchang while serving a doping ban, but has won 7 straight skiathlons since returning to competition. American Jessie Diggins finished 5th in the event in Pyeongchang and is competing again this year. Outside of cross-country skiing, 5 other events will award medals. Speed skating features the 3,000-meter women's event, while the mixed relay makes its debut on the short track. Freestyle skiing will crown a champion in men's moguls. The women's normal hill takes center stage in ski jumping, and the biathlon will hand out medals in the mixed relay. By the way, biathlon, the only Winter Games sport in which the United States has never won a medal. With this Winter Games update, I'm Ryan Radke.
Angie's List is now Angie, your home for everything home. With Angie, you could cross your next project off your to-do list before this ad is over. Just tell us what you need and we'll handle the rest. Sending a top pro to get it done. Or browse reviews, compare quotes from pros, and connect instantly, all for free. For everything from routine maintenance to a dream remodel. Because however you want your project done, we'll get it done. Download the app or go to Angie.com. That's ANGI.com to get started.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents.
Don't you just love the smell of old books? Shh, this is a library. Sorry, ma'am. We're looking for a book titled Liberty Mutual Customizes Your Car Insurance so you only pay for what you need. I don't think we carry that, but check nonfiction. He really does devour literature. Please leave. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Video conferencing has become the new normal, allowing businesses and consumers to connect from anywhere in the world. But current options are not always designed with protection in mind. Until now. Secure your video conference meetings with Safe Chat from Strikeforce Technologies, the industry's most secure video conferencing system to hit the market. For over 20 years, Strikeforce Technologies has been a leader in proactive cybersecurity solutions for consumers, small to mid-sized businesses, and enterprise companies. Organizations are under attack every minute of every day, easily breached because most still rely on passive cybersecurity solutions. The best way to stop Zoom bombing is to prevent it in the first place with the industry's most secure video conferencing platform, Safe Chat from Strikeforce Technologies. Go to safevchat.com right now and use promo code radio to get an additional 15% off. This offer is only good until the end of January. Go to safevchat.com now.
Your home for sports. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Welcome back to the Daily Blender here on this Friday, February 4th. It's another day closer to Super Bowl 56. You know, last night was Thursday night, and around my house, I don't know about you guys, but around my house, it was a little quiet. Looking for some Thursday night football. I didn't quite know what to do with myself. It was just, I ended up taking Miss Kim out on a nice little date over here by the Silver Nest. And but we did not see any football. We did not enjoy the Thursday night football. You can make Thursdays happy and fun again with the NBA on TNT on FanDuel. Doesn't matter if you win or lose. FanDuel is giving all customers $10 back every Thursday when you bet a $10 bill or more on a same game parlay on any NBA on TNT game on Thursday nights. There's so many different opportunities. You can go for total rebounds, assists, player point totals, money lines, over under, you name it. You make your original bet, and then you add to it, adding legs to the parlay, and you can take a little investment, let's say $10, and you can turn it into a big score. Also, the app is extremely easy to use. It's easy to register, easy to deposit your money, many different ways for you to deposit your money. It's also easy for you to find your bet. I was helping Jeffrey out with the Super Bowl prop bets on the other app. On this app, I found them right away. It's very easy, very simple to find them. And there's lots of ways for you to have boosts and different trends. And it's a lot of fun. Again, you get $10 back every Thursday night, win or lose with TNT Thursdays. If you're new to FanDuel, sign up with promo code Randy1580. You will also enjoy 56-1 odds on either team to win the Super Bowl. You can turn a $5 bet into $280 cash. So there's another bonus for you right there. Super Bowl 56-1 odds to win. Turn $5 into $280 cash money. That's promo code Randy1580 when you sign up exclusively on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Remember, you've got to be 21 or older and present in Arizona. Bonus issued as a non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Max bonus $10. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. Jeffco.
Thank you, Randy. Well, let's all take a moment and think nice thoughts for Tiger Paws. She says she just left urgent care, adding insult to injury, possibly has a sinus infection on top of the COVID. She says feels like somebody punched her in the nose. So,
man, sorry about that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
she's basically getting ray-riced by COVID right now and a sinus infection. So we apologize and we hope the best for you there, Tiger Paws. Hang in there.
Get well soon.
Yeah, lots of vitamin C, lots of, remember, Tylenol, not ibuprofen. And I used to get chronic nasal infection, sinus infections. And when I had the COVID, that is what it kind of felt like I had too. So I wonder if this new variant carries more of a sinus infection kind of a vibe than the original version. So I don't know. Nobody knows anything yet. So hang in there, and we sure wish the best for you. Hey, Keon, I saw this thing. Did you see the Onion post? The Onion posted this: Washington Commanders primed to sign pricey free agents after receiving $30 billion from defense budget. So thought that was pretty good.
Nice. We'll call it Deion Sanders and see if he wants to come back again.
Well, hell, if they got $30 billion to go around, hell, who wouldn't?
Why don't we just sign every quarterback? Then we can't miss
every quarterback,
all of them.
Well, you got them. If you've got the money, all of them, the long-term contracts, sure. Kiss the Cook has a texter nickname to put to your list there, Randy.
Okay.
It's a good one. Ghost Protocol. Not bad.
Ghost Protocol.
I think even better would be Ghost Proctologist.
I was playing. Ooh.
Every now and then you're like, whoa.
Isn't that a Tom Clancy game?
The hell was that?
Yeah, I was playing that on the PlayStation last night.
Ghost Proctologist?
Ghost Protocol.
Wow. King Kitten says, why not ibuprofen for COVID, Jeffrey? I take it all the time. They say that it makes the whatever, if you start to get it in the lungs, it starts to make things worse because it's an anti-inflammatory, and for some reason it doesn't mix. I don't. Somebody else can look this up or whatever, but maybe Google that, King of Kittens, because I'd hate to give you fake information, but I remember from the very start, they're like, if you get the COVID, only take the Tylenol. Oh my God. The people at Tylenol created the coronavirus.
What?
I'm just trying to get on Joe Rogan's podcast. I'll be honest. Lost Toby says, breaking news, Blender confirms new COVID variant will be discovered. Lockdown is imminent because Jeffrey said it's a lock. Let's see. Senior Wake and Bake says, I'm sure Fed Fan prefers chocolate covered prunes. Well, that's a good way to get on her good side. Fed Fan says, hope you feel better there, Tiger Paws. Kiss the Cook says, Ghost Proctologist. And no, I can't use your second one. It started with the word finger, but we're going to leave that one where it is. So I don't know. Has anybody been watching the Olympics? I guess Jackie Chan was up there carrying the Olympic torch, and I thought, well, why isn't he doing some doing some stunts or something? It turns out Jackie Chan went ahead and did you know he turned himself 67? I didn't know he was 67 years old.
Wow. Well, I did not know that. No.
Well, because he's not been aging this entire time. That's part of it.
Well, I'm sure the communists have given him some sort of a serum to keep him. Yeah, because that's all they've got. That's all communist China has is Jackie Chan, that girl who could run up and jump in the trees and stuff, and she could fly. I don't remember her name, and that's pretty much all they've got because everybody else who's famous and Chinese left China. Is there any other famous Chinese people?
Yao Ming.
Was he live in communist China?
I think he does live in China.
Yeah. All right. Well, he's not doing nothing. Right.
Yeah. I mean, he's retired, but
I love his name. I've always loved his name. Yao. That's the best name. I wish I had a friend named Yao because I can see him go, Yao.
Well, you'd have to be like, yow. You have to look up to do it because I mean,
well, I don't have to look up. I can see his belly button go, yow. I don't need to look up to identify somebody who's
well,
like
it's not to
tall.
identify him. It's just so that he can see you doing it.
Patriot Eddie says 602 Pats fan is a jerk. Fed fan says suck it to whoever said I should have chocolate covered prunes. And Good Cat says 6-12, 2-6. Just leaving this year. He's talking about the U Arizona team. What's that about? What's that about, Good Cat? Curious. Don't know what that stands for.
And we're off to a rousing start on our Weird Friday show.
As always, every Friday.
Oh, by the way, that texter that texted in is Rabbit wanted to know
Navy
what
Brad.
Cecil's pick was. I asked him if somebody came to the door, and I asked him when he was awake.
Yeah,
you can see behind me if you're watching.
Already
he's no
asleep
longer
again.
awake.
Yeah.
But he did say that he's not going for the Bengals because he hates cats and sheep are food, so he's picking the Rams.
Well done,
Yeah.
Cecil.
Yeah.
Beer Me Randy says King of Kittens.
All right.
Pulled Plug says Jackie Chan has to please the leaders. Supposedly they confiscated his mansion. Oh, did they? Poor guy. Well, seems like a plot to a movie, doesn't it? Where he could be
It's not a very happy 67th birthday.
He'll fight with ladders and whisks and whatever he does. You know, he always does those weird, crazy fighting stunts. Love Jackie Chan. All right, so the Olympics they've started. They're going, and there's 7 new events added to the Winter Olympics.
Oh, wait a minute. Is this our Olympic update? Is this our Olympic thing?
We already did the Olympic update.
This is our Olympic thing here.
Well,
we're talking about Olympics.
We're going to have a little fun
all day on this. I worked on this all day.
What do you mean you worked on this all day?
I worked on this all day.
You recorded it. It's just
I know I made this and here it is. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I just wanted to make sure that
it's just the Olympic theme song. If that took you all day,
I married 2 different theme songs together. You just keep going. You'll hear the excellence as you go along. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's play real or fake Olympic events.
All right. Real or fake.
All right. So I'm going to go. You guys are going to take turns. Okay.
All right.
Or you guys can both just guess the same one.
All right.
How much money is on this? How much money you want to put on this?
Money.
All right. Yeah, I don't know.
No.
Should be some skin in the game now, right?
No.
All right, fine. Just tell me what you think. Monobob, real or fake?
Monobob is real.
Okay. You guys have to take turns answering first. So, because Randy's just going to agree with everything that Keon says. So he doesn't lose.
Well, here's the thing: is I don't know.
Not fair.
I just happened.
Fair.
We mentioned it the other day, I think.
Right.
So.
Right. Monobob is real. So you are both correct.
It still sounds like a sickness that you get from hanging around in a locker room that nobody cleans properly. But still, okay, let's go. Mono.
Most every Bob I've known looks like they had mono. Men's tug of war.
Olympic sport?
Yeah. What do you think we're doing here, Keon?
Fake.
Well, I was talking summer or winter, but I guess we're
just answer the damn question.
Just doing them all.
I just said Olympic, real or fake?
I'll go fake.
You're both correct. You're killing me. Women's skeleton.
That's real.
That's real.
You're both right.
So far, your game is great. I love it.
Vagina sled.
The what?
Excuse me?
Vagina sled.
No.
Bless you.
Fake.
I'll go real.
You are incorrect.
Damn it.
So far, Randy is in the lead. I just said vagina sled real fast. Vagina sled. Can't believe you fell for that one. He's like, well, that could be a thing.
I mean, have you seen some of the names of these sports? It could be a thing. I mean, I guess if you say it slower, it can't be a thing. But
now, as we take a minute and think about the vagina sled, we wonder, why isn't that a thing? We have a lot more of these. So we come back, we'll finish up real or fake. And then after we're done with this, we're going to determine which of the events in the Winter Olympics are sports or are not sports.
I'm going to use the hell out of my new theme today.
We will have that determination after this. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Are you a planner? Do you like to plan ahead? Then, of course, you already have a plan to call Harmon Solar, right? Bruce Jacobs here. It should be at the top of your list to get solar now and enjoy huge savings next summer. Up to 85% on your monthly bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Then you can plan what to do with all that extra money. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, women-owned, local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
Dreaming of adventure beyond your backyard? NerdWallet can help you compare and find the smartest credit cards to get there. Use NerdWallet to compare travel cards with bonus miles to go from working from home to relaxing far, far away. Then use NerdWallet to compare cashback cards and turn everyday purchases into a beachside cabana big enough for the whole family.
Or Santa the third tower.
She's the only boss you'll be answering to this week. Nice castle. Compare your way there. Find the smartest financial products for you on NerdWallet.
I represent low-cost airlines, and we know a lot of you are not traveling right now, and we understand. However, if you do need to travel between now and the end of the year, now is a great time to lock in some of the lowest prices we've seen in a lifetime. Hey, in normal times, we can save you up to 75%, but now airlines are practically giving away seats. We have inside deals on over 500 airlines. Here are a few sample round-trip deals we found. Seattle to Vegas, $35. Chicago to Atlanta, $85. Los Angeles to Atlanta, $100. Of course, there are some limitations, but the airlines want your business right now. And cancellation and change fees are flexible. So fly somewhere this year, book now, save a ton, call right now.
802-341-4535. 802-341-4535. 802-341-4535. That's 802-341-4535.
This is Joan, enjoying some me time up on the rim. This is Simon and his friends paddling the Salt River. And this is Brad. Brad is, well, no one knows where Brad is. What they all have in common is that they went to azmvdnow.gov to quickly and easily renew their registration or 30 other services. So go to azmvdnow.gov and get more time to enjoy all the things you love.
Sponsored by ADOT in partnership with the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
Business people like it straight and to the point. So here it is. Bruce Jacobs here to tell you take control of your utility expenses by calling Harmon Solar right now. They can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Level your energy costs, protect yourself from inflation. How's that for straight and to the point? Here's more. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM. And K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it.
You okay there, Jeffrey?
Why? What?
You look like you got up and you were kind of stumbling for a second.
No,
You dizzy?
No.
Okay.
Do I look like I just woke up? I don't know.
You stood up and you were like,
No. Must just be the lighting in here or something. I'm fine.
all right.
I'm good. What were we doing? Oh, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender.
4 o'clock.
I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien. That's Randy White. Over there in the control room, that's Keon Rose. And you guys are in the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. Broadcasting live in the Harmon Solar Studio in Scottsdale. And Big George says, hello, gentlemen. Happy Friday, TGIF. And that's where I'm going to stop. He's got a giant thing about things that have happened in the Olympics, which you have to understand is some people may have put their VCRs on record and recorded that stuff overnight. And we want to give them a chance to get home and, put the tape in and watch. So, but I'll just read the last part of his text, which was go USA.
Yes, indeed.
So I'm just, I don't want to spoil the Olympics for anybody. Senior Wake and Bake says, sorry, Fed fan. So there you go. That's a nice olive branch between Senior Wake and Bake and Fed fan. Fed fan said, that she wasn't happy with what Senior Wake and Bake said, which was that FedFan probably likes chocolate covered prunes, which I don't know why he'd say that. So he says, no, maybe she'd prefer straight X-Lax. Got it. Okay, again, what's your problem, Senior Wake and Bake? What did FedFan ever do to you? What did she ever do?
What did anybody ever do to Senior Wake and Bake? Really, for a person named Senior Wake and Bake,
yeah,
you're not very chill.
No, he's the opposite of
Yeah.
chill.
Yeah.
He's anti-chill.
I wonder if he just sits around and makes a list of the fourth dimension, and then who can I try to piss off today?
I got a feeling that he, at a very young age, didn't really know how, to identify marijuana correctly. And he's been smoking oregano this entire time, thinking he was smoking weed.
Yeah.
And that just made him angrier and angrier and angrier. And the more oregano he smoked, the worse it got.
There it is.
That's just
I knew it was there somewhere.
It's a theory. I don't know if it's canon, but it's a theory. So you might want to look into that. Mr. Pringle says, have any of you Blender boys been to a golf simulator? If so, did you bring your own clubs? Well, we did. We did a live broadcast from a place once that had those.
I didn't get to go.
I don't remember why.
The other guy that was in here, he got to go.
Oh, because you were running the board.
Yeah, I was running the board.
To be honest, you didn't miss much. The place closed down. It wasn't
Still
that
would like
nice.
to have gone and worked on my game a little bit, but
It wasn't that nice. But anyway, I don't think you're supposed to bring like a bag of clubs to a golf simulator, are you?
Listen, man, I went to Top Golf. I brought my whole bag with me. The hell with those guys. I'm bringing my own sticks.
I just know the place that I went that had one was a golf store. So they were
Right.
trying to sell you the clubs. So
Ew.
they wanted you to try theirs so that you would walk out the store with some.
But your golf clubs are a kind of a personal thing once you get them sized right. So maybe you would want to go in there with your driver or something and just practice doing that. So I guess I don't know if I'd bring a full kit in, but maybe you bring in you're going to be practicing your driving or something.
I brought my entire bag, everything, my practice aids, everything.
Did you see other guys with their entire bags?
No, I didn't care. You know why? Because
I'm
I'm
asking
not
because I don't know what the
I
protocol
saw
is.
guys in there. Yeah, they had their sticks. Some people just brought just a few of them, I was at Top Golf and I was playing for reals, man. If I'm going into Top Golf, I'm going to score the high score.
Thunder Snow says Senior Wake and Bake's looking for a beating. Good Cat says I feel left out. Senior Wake and Bake hasn't attacked me yet. Yeah.
Don't worry, he'll get to you.
Give it time.
Yeah, and by the way, Berg, I agree. George, no more Wordle tweets, please. I very politely asked to not be included in any future Wordle, Nerdle, whatever the hell that stupid game
You don't
is.
have to tag us in all of them.
Yeah.
We don't care.
Just mark us down as impressed with your score.
If you ever want to tag me in a post that has something to do with sports or anything else, literally anything else, just the Wordle. Keep the Wordle to yourself.
I watched Sudoku go by. I didn't care. I'm going to watch Wordle go by. I'm not going to care. I got bigger fish to fry. And I don't want to know. I'm not one of these people who's like, I don't even have a TV. I'm not trying to big league on that kind of thing. But it's just like, I don't need one more damn game in my life.
I like the Sudoku, but I do it for me. I'm not interested in telling everyone that I played Sudoku today. I don't need. That's
Wordle's the new CrossFit. Wordle's the new CrossFit. You don't have to ask somebody if they're playing. They will tell you. And by the way, the whole Sudoku thing, you going to tell you what I did? Let me tell you what I did. Math-wise. When I was in high school, I took the trigonometry and passed with an A. I took the calculus. I passed with an A. But I hate math. So as soon as I did what I needed to do, I promptly and purposefully forgot math, period. It still creeps up in my mind. It's still hanging around back there. You know what I'm saying? But I don't like math.
It's more of a puzzle, the Sudoku, though. You're not actually adding anything.
I'm puzzled why you want to do math.
It's not math. You're not.
I thought I was told it was math.
No, you're not doing math.
Are numbers involved?
There are numbers
Yes,
involved.
Well, then
there are
it's
numbers,
math. Moving
but
on.
You're finding,
I ain't gonna
you're
get
finding the combination. You're finding the missing numbers.
Yeah,
I'm not missing the numbers. Listen, here's all I need for radio. I'm counting down to from at some point from 60 or 30. That's all I need to do is count down from that. I just need to make sure I understand how a clock works and how time zones works. That's the only math I want in my life. That's it. I don't need more math. So no, I'm not going to play that. And Wordle, you think I'd love Wordle because I love the English language. I love to twist and corrupt it and pervert it and do what I want with it. But yeah, when I see all these things,
it doesn't
everywhere,
seem like you can in Wordle though. It just seems like they've got a word and you guess the word and you got 6 tries to guess the word. Is what I've gathered from the
Wheel of Fortune.
Well, okay, I don't know exactly what it's like. That's just what I've gathered from the context of seeing Wordle posts every day for days.
See, maybe that's the thing. I'd rather watch Jeopardy than Wheel of Fortune. You know,
yeah.
I think maybe that's it. I don't know, but anyways, back to the original. Berg, Jeffrey, Keon don't want to be in your damn Wordle tweets anymore, George. With all due respect, thank you. Good Cat says, Keon, careful what you say. People may start tagging you in porn since you said anything else. Well, no porn, please.
That. Yeah,
he's got a girlfriend, and Randy and I have wives. So
if you tag me in porn, I will block you. That's just, and then I'll never see it or you.
Yep. Jagdog says, Keon, are you happy Sashi Brown left the Wizards for the Ravens? Wait, what?
Left the Wizards for the Ravens?
Hell are you talking about, Jagdog?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we're talking about here.
Joe the Show says, today we've seen the beginning of the Trailblazers moving from Damian Lillard. Hopefully he comes to the purple and gold. I keep forgetting you're a Lakers fan. Guess the Cooks says, wake and bake. Have you tried the Fruity Pebbles yet? Forgot, man. I don't know what that means. He also thinks that Monobob sounds like a guy with one testicle. How do you go right to testicle on that?
It could. I guess Bob.
You'll never want to know why they call him Mono Bob. And then you just don't ask.
Now I do. Now you've said that. Kind of. Royale Cheese said that. Royale Cheese says, man, actually, that's an idea. Top golf blender meetup. I don't know how to golf yet.
I'm just warning you. I'll go for the high score. I'm bringing all my sticks, my bag, and everything. I'm an insufferable golf addict. I will go out. I'll put my damn cleats on, everything. I have my spikes on.
Here's how you know Randy's here. Click, click, click.
You'll hear me coming. Yeah. I don't care if I'm on the top rack or not. I will hit for a high score.
One of these days we'll do that. One of these days. Let's see. Mr. Pringle says, I take my bag with me everywhere. Think he's talking about golf. Big Risk says, hey fellas, I'm going to Cancun tomorrow for the first time. And that confirms that Big Risk is either a member of the 49ers or he's a member of the Chiefs. Because that this timing is very suspicious, Big Risk, of you going to Cancun. You'll see a lot of players from last week there, I would bet. He says, have any of you been to Cancun? I have not. No. Keon, you been to Cancun?
No, I have not.
I've been to Agua Prieta, but I have not been to Cancun.
He wants to know if there's any recommendations on what he can do there. Texters?
Drink, party, eat.
Anybody have any suggestions for the Big Risk? He says, I'm going with my girlfriend and I got a ring. So gonna pop the question. Don't do it. I'm just kidding.
Oh my God.
I'm just kidding.
Please make sure you're sober when you pop the question.
Just remember my wife's listening. I am just kidding.
And also just to make sure that she's sober when you pop the question.
Yes.
Make sure it's her when you pop the question. Also.
That's what I just said.
A lot of drinking.
Sober, man.
Yeah. He says, by the way, I will not miss the Super Bowl. I will be back next Saturday.
How about that?
That is good timing. Good timing. And what better way to just relax after a vacation and all that traveling by watching the Super Bowl. Problem, though, is Big Risk. You're going to be popping the question. And that's worth a couple of weeks of her just jumping on you every chance she gets. So you may not see all of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's another one, Big Risk. Make sure neither one of you is sunburned. Stay away from the sunburn. Make sure you're well protected in the sun. Hydrate yourself. So when you pop the question,
lots of stretching.
Yeah.
Do a couple of these.
Yep. Limber up the calf muscles. Yeah.
And the
quads.
And the mouth. You do some little tongue exercises. Like Bill Belichick's son does. on the sideline there.
So
Get
that's
that
what he
going.
was doing. See, I
He
knew there
was
was some
thinking,
reason.
I think we know what he was thinking
He
now.
was thinking ahead.
It seems like he was thinking about one of his defensive players, but hey, it's none of my business. It's none of my damn business. So there you go. Well, congratulations, Big Risk, and good luck to you there. Hey, before we run out of time, because this seems like it's going to be that kind of show, we got to come back around now to real or fake.
All right.
Olympic events.
All right.
Do you guys understand this now? How to do this thing? Do you get it now?
Maybe.
Do you understand, Keon?
I do.
Do you need medical attention?
I don't.
Okay,
I'm good.
All right, so I'm going to say the event. You tell me if it's real or fake. Men's snowballing.
That's fake.
False.
Well, could have been something. Mixed ski jumping.
That's real.
That's real. That sounds real.
Alpinism.
Which sounds like a disease, and so I'm going to say fake.
Randy?
Fake.
Used to be real, but yeah, that's okay.
Alpinism.
Alpinism.
What is even involved in that sport besides sufferers of alpinism?
I feel like that there's going to be a class action lawsuit on this, so I probably should stay quiet. But ice croquet.
Ice croquet.
I'll say fake, but I'm not sure.
No,
I'll say
fake.
How are you not sure? Of course it's fake.
I mean, I don't.
You hit the croquet ball.
Well, alpinism used to be real, so I don't know.
Curling.
That's real.
That's real.
Winter lacrosse.
That's fake.
You know how bad that would hurt to get like a ball in the ear hole when it's 2 degrees outside. Bobsleigh.
Bobsleigh or bobsled?
Bobsleigh.
That's fake.
Bobsleaigh.
Bobsleigh is not real.
You're both wrong. It's real.
Bobsleigh?
We always say bobsled, but it's called bobsleigh. Huh. True story.
Huh.
Twin luge.
The twin luge.
Twin luge.
Twin luge.
Yeah, that's real.
Fake.
Randy, you are correct. Randy, you are the winner of real or fake Olympic events. By the way,
how about that?
The twin luge sounds like something to be fun for the guy, but not so much fun for the girls. Twins. That's basically incestuous, isn't it? Just or he says, "Yeah, I got with some twins." It'd be like, there's something wrong with those girls. I'm just saying.
That wasn't that a beer commercial a long time
Twin
ago?
luge.
The twin luge?
Not the
No,
twin
it was
luge.
never- come on,
but it was the
Keon.
commercial was about twins. Like it was the guy was
Were
singing
they
about,
luging?
They weren't luging, but they were. The guy was
what are you
singing
talking
some awful
Any
song
sort of
about stuff he liked.
Was
and
it
then
like
it and
Winter
twins.
Olympics?
And
Right.
I always thought that was weird.
Yeah, because the twins should not be into it.
Yeah, no, they should be very much opposed to it. That's just I don't know.
All right, so I have the actual legit list of what they are calling sports in the Olympics. Okay, what I'm talking about here is there's 15 disciplines. I don't even want to call them sports. But it's 15 disciplines and 7 different kinds of sports. But I want to show you how much work I did. I want to look at the screen there. See the color coding?
Wow, look at you.
I color coded these so we can talk about what is a sport, what's not a sport. Kind of a sport, but not really a sport. All right, I'm going to take it alphabetical order. Alpine skiing is a sport.
It is a sport.
Is a sport, sure. The biathlon. Okay, alpine. See, anything that is gravity assisted, I'm not really thrilled with, but it's it's a sport. Biathlon, though, that is a sport. Let me tell you why it's different. Anytime you go downhill skiing with the addition of gravity, I'm less impressed. But it's a race. There's a winner. There's a time. Somebody's got to win. So, all right, I have it light green as a sport. Biathlon is dark green as a sport because that involves cross-country skiing. That bleeps hard.
That looks painful.
That's a lot of work. There is no gravity help. You're just going straight, and then you stop. and you fire off a couple of rounds into a street sign, and then you ski some more. That's the whole event. So yes, biathlon, definitely a sport. Bobsleigh.
You say you've already said this is not a sport. I disagree with you, but you say it's not a sport.
I have a yellow. I have a yellow on it. Not a red. I have a yellow. Couple guys run for a second, jump in the thing, and then gravity takes hold. It is so less a sport than alpine skiing, but there has to be a winner at some point. It's an athletic competition, not a sport. How about that? And it's barely that. I am so close to just saying it's not a sport.
Isn't there a Jerry Seinfeld joke about that a long time ago where the difference, he always said the difference between the winner is whether or not you lifted your head, basically.
Right.
This you lose, this you win.
This you win, this you lose. Yeah, and by the way, that was also barely a joke. And this is barely a sport. I don't even want to call it a sport. I'm mad that I'm still got it yellow here. All right, cross-country skiing, we've covered that. That's a sport. That bleep looks hard, takes a lot of athletic ability, and there's a winner.
I like that the biathlon exists, and it's cross-country skiing, and someone said, let's just make it slightly harder by having you shoot a thing, too.
I feel like the shooting is the easier part. You know,
maybe you get
it's hard. You get off your ski and then you've got to go over there. You got to set up. You got to set your gun up. You got to sight it in. And then you've got to slow your heart rate down and your breathing. And you've got to hit the targets because you're also being graded on the shooting as well.
My heart rate's been pretty damn slow for quite a few years. I'm good.
Yeah, but if you're out there doing that cross country skiing, man, and then you come in and you're trying to stay ahead of the other guy, and then you got to
work
calm
smarter,
down.
not harder. Work smarter. Let me tell you what you do. You get a bungee attached to your belt and you hook it to the guy in front of you and he's pulling you along and he's like, this guy's right on my ass. So he's going faster. Now you're going faster. And he's just like, what's going on here? And then when you get there, you just unhook and then you just go, oh, God, you pretend to be out of breath.
I see. Smarter, not harder.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Curling.
That's not
a sport.
That's like slow pitch softball.
It's an athletic competition, but it's not. I mean, the only athletic thing is the person who pushes the stone and then the person who runs in front of it and sweeps. It's not a sport, but it seems to be like the kind of thing you do in a bar. I think it probably was invented in a bar as a bar game, like darts. Darts, not a sport. Billiards, not a sport. Curling, not a sport. Figure skating.
Yeah,
not a sport.
That's a no. If it's got judges, it's
anytime there's judges involved and it's I'm sorry, it's not a sport. There's no winner, there's no loser based on anything but somebody else's opinion. Figure skating, not a sport. Freestyle skiing, not a sport. I don't care if you do aerials, moguls, cross, half pipe, slope style, big air, whatever the hell it is. Again, somebody's judging you on this. There is no point structure or definitive winner. So, sorry. Freestyle skiing, not a sport. We have to take a break. When we come back, we'll finish off the list of what is and what is not a sport in the Olympics. What?
We do have Josh Applebaum.
God damn. All right. So after we come back, we'll talk to Josh Applebaum, and then we'll pick back up the what is a sport and what is not a sport.
Sounds like a plan.
I just feel like glaring at the screen for a while.
At anything in particular? Or?
I'm going to let people figure it out for themselves, Keon. All right, I got to go now. I can only get away with so much. I also like the idea that Josh Applebaum is sitting there going, what the hell is going on here? It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Westwood One Sports presents this special update on the 2022 Winter Games, sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. We're approaching the first medal ceremonies of these games, and while the U.S. does not have a medal favorite and may not see the podium in any of these finals, there are some storylines to watch. The Netherlands will try to continue their dominance in the women's speed skating 3,000-meter event. The Dutch have won 3 of the last 4 gold medals in Winter Games competition, including a sweep of the podium in Pyeongchang. They enter this year's event with the defending Olympic gold medalist the reigning world champion and the reigning European champion in their lineup. Meanwhile, the United States will try to end a drought in 2 events. Biathlon is the only Winter Games sport in which the Americans have never won a medal. They'll try to change that in the mixed relay. In ski jumping, the women's normal hill debuted in Sochi in 2014, and the U.S. has yet to win a medal. 21-year-old Anna Hoffman, a late addition to the team, represents the Americans' lone hope to change that. With this Winter Games update, I'm Ryan Radke, Westwood One Sports.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Ready for an oil change? We can help get the right protection at the right price. Right now, you can get 5 quarts of Valvoline Daily Protection or Valvoline Max Life High Mileage Motor Oil with an STP oil filter for just $28.99. Visit one of our 6,000 stores or order from AutoZone.com for same-day store pickup or next-day delivery. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents.
Check it out, Limu, a roadside carnival.
Step right up, folks. Test your strength. Come see the fire-breathing baby.
Let's fan out and tell people that Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need.
Look, an emu wearing sunglasses.
Limu, you're famous. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
The moment we've been waiting for since September is finally here. In honor of the big game, DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 56, is giving new customers 56-1 odds on either team. Bet just $5 and get $280 in free bets if your team wins. Not a new customer? You can experience Super Bowl 56 with same-game parlays. Combine multiple bets from the same game for a bigger payout. The more legs you add, the more money you can win. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable. Best of all, you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code BET1580 and get 56-1 odds on either team. Bet just $5 and get $280 in free bets if your team wins. That's code BET1580 at DraftKings Sportsbook. 21 and over. Arizona only. Gambling problem? 1-800-NEXT-STEP. New customers only. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details.
It's NFL playoff time.
You know what time it is, baby.
And your home in the NFL has you covered. Follow along with all the action, all the drama, all the glory of the NFL playoffs. That's not all. The Fanatic is your radio home of Super Bowl 56, live from LA. When it comes to the NFL playoffs and Super Bowl 56, we are your NFL playoffs headquarters. 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. We did answer the question if you can bet on the Olympics, right? You said you found a bunch of...
You can bet on the Olympics.
Yeah, okay. Big George, he says, hey, figure skating is a sport, so is curling. No, it's not. You're delusional. No. I don't care if you are 7 feet tall. I'll fight you in the street over this. I don't got time for this right now, George. About time for some sports betting 101 with Josh Applebaum from Veasan. But first, I want to remind you guys that this upcoming Super Bowl is a perfect opportunity for you guys to jump in there and start doing that sports betting now that it's legal here in Arizona, just like Randy and I have been doing. We're having a lot of fun with that. I found the prop bets today, so I'm very excited to have some fun with that.
You're welcome.
Listen, when it comes to the game itself, though, this is a great opportunity as well to get some good money on this. You'll never see this anyplace else. 56-1 odds on either team. You bet $5, you get $280 in free bets if your team wins. And if you're not a new customer, of course, you can experience Super Bowl 56 with all those same game parlays that they got. So download the DraftKings Sports app. Use promo code BET1580 and get 56-1 odds on either team. Bet $5, get $280 in free bets if your team wins. That's promo code BET1580 at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 56. 21 years or older, Arizona residents only. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. New customers only. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. So let's go now to Josh Applebaum, who is standing by. He is the professor of all things sports betting 101. He's also the host of Betting Across America, heard here Saturdays at 11 a.m. on 1580 The Fanatic. He also hosts the Market Insights podcast. And of course, he is the author of Everything Guide to Sports Betting on Amazon. We call that our textbook. It is inexpensive. You should have this book if you're going to get into the world of sports betting. How you doing, Josh?
I'm doing great, guys. It's so great to be with you. I got to tell you, though, we're getting another storm here in Boston. So it's snowing, it's raining, it's sleeting. I miss you guys out in the desert. But, yeah, it is a great time to, jump in for the first time. If you want to bet the Super Bowl, we'll get into the line movement, how to attack some prop bets. But remember, this is the time of year where take advantage of those sign-up bonuses, those odds boosts, get your foot in the door, get a little sweetener to it. It's a great time to be betting on the big game right now.
Josh, Randy White here. I'm the chief meteorologist. Yeah, you got a lot of snow headed your way. Be careful there. By the way, I noticed today that there was a line movement on the Rams from 4 to 4.5. What does that tell you when you look at this line movement on the Super Bowl?
Yeah, it's a great question, Randy. So first off, this game actually opened a lot of shops for Rams -3.5. So early on, you did see some respected money hit the Rams, laid the 3.5, even laid the 4. Now it's up to 4.5. But kind of what we're seeing, guys, is some buyback here on the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, when you're looking at the Super Bowl, this is the biggest, and I'm not breaking any news here, the biggest public game of the year. You're going to have ridiculous ticket counts. NFL is the biggest betting sport in general. So you did have early money Rams, but the Rams are now turning into a very popular play with the public. Across the market, you're getting about 2/3 of bets. So with a lot of this recreational money, leaning Rams. And again, the Rams, you look at kind of public bias, they were a Super Bowl favorite to begin the year. You make the big trade for Stafford. McVay was in the Super Bowl just a few years ago. So there's a lot of pro-Rams money there. Whereas Cincinnati Bengals, they've been a great team to bet on. They've cashed the last 2 weeks outright as a dog, getting 4 at Tennessee, getting, 7.5 there at Kansas City. But there's an anti-Cincinnati bias where, they're the Bengals. They've been terrible forever. They're a little Cinderella team, but now they're going to meet the big mighty Rams and they're going to get rolled here. So there's kind of a public pro-Rams, anti-Bengals. And guys, I got to be honest, I placed my Super Bowl bet yesterday. I took the Bengals +4.5. This is a contrarian play in the most heavily bet game of the year. Based on the juice, it looks like this line's coming back down to 4. So oftentimes you'll see a line move, but at some point it's going to get to a mark where it's just gone so far that you're going to start to get buyback. I jumped on the Bengals +4.5. I think this is more of a 3-point game. And our godfather, our mentor at VSiN, Brent Musburger, if you go to VSiN.com, he had a great article, and he was kind of with me. He grabbed the points to Cincy. He said this is more of a field goal game. I agree with him. My bet here, guys, is Cincinnati +4.5.
I have a question for you from Big George. We've been fighting about whether or not curling is a sport or not, but it is an event, and I can't call it a sport if you can drink beer while doing it, but whatever. He says, question for Josh Applebaum. Team USA is currently +800 to win the gold medal in men's curling. Team USA won the gold 4 years ago. Do you like the odds? Should I put money on Team USA?
Ooh, so I'll be honest with you. I'm not a big Olympic bettor. For me, it's kind of tough to bet the Olympics because it's kind of hard to get the data. There's also a situation of
because they're not real sports.
Well, that's part of it too. And also it's like some books have the odds, some books don't. And then again, it's hard to, if you're a market-based bettor like me, if you don't have the percentage of bets in dollars on every single event, you're kind of just throwing a dart there. So at +800, the odds sound great. I hope people win that. I'm a patriotic American. I hope America does well. But to be honest, guys, I'm really dialed into the Super Bowl, college basketball, NBA, hockey's on the break right now. I don't have much in terms of data on the Olympics. I usually steer clear of it.
I gotta imagine you have probably a massive amount of money on the Pro Bowl.
So I would say, guys, one thing we did notice, some line movement to the AFC. A lot of these books
Stop
were
it,
kind of
Josh. Stop it. Please
but here's
tell
the
me
thing.
you're not
Here's
serious.
the one thing with the Pro Bowl, guys. Underdogs. The last 17 Pro Bowls, the underdog is 12-5 against the spread. So line movement to AFC. Underdog play would be NFC. To be honest with you guys, that's a funny money play for me. You did see some over money, but it's kind of hard to track. Sometimes the rules change. It used to be you bet every Pro Bowl over because they just don't play any defense. Total open 61.5. It is up to 62.5. I got to double check the rules here because again, they change it and that can affect totals, but there is money to the AFC. There is money to the over.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but the Pro Bowl is basically the closest thing the NFL has to professional wrestling. I can't go anywhere near that nonsense. Randy, you had something to say?
Yeah, I was just going to say, now you can, Josh, you can make, I'm finding you can make money on, you said something very, that focused me there for a second, against the spread. And I'm learning a little more about this against the spread. And I just heard you say you're putting money on the Bengals to cover that spread. Now, can you extrapolate that just a little bit for everybody? Against the spread can be kind of tricky, but you can make a legitimate win betting on a team that loses but still covers the spread, correct?
You're totally correct. So this is really important. And, these questions are important. Ask them. Don't ever feel like, hey, I don't want to ask it because it's an obvious and I'll feel dumb. No, these are the things you got to get your handle on first. So to your point, basically what we do when we're betting mostly basketball and football, because the margin of victory is higher, you're not going to really bet the money line. The money line would be who just wins the game. The favorite will have a minus number. You'll have to lay, if a favorite's minus 150, lay 150 to win 100. A dog would be maybe plus 125. You bet 100, you win 125. But really, we're concerned with not who wins, but who covers. So in that example, I'm on the Bengals plus 4.5. Now, the Bengals could win outright. I win my bet. The Bengals could lose by 4 or less. I also win my bet. But here's the thing. They could lose the game, but if they lose by 4 or less, they would get an ATS against the spread win. So, for example, when it comes to betting, we track all these numbers here. So you look at the Rams, they're 15-5 overall this year. If you combine their wins and losses from the regular season into the postseason, but they're only 10-10 against the spread. So what does that mean? It means that they're winning their games, but they're not always covering. Now the Bengals are 13-7 straight up and against the spread. But the whole point there is, you got to train your mind to think differently. We don't really care as bettors when we're betting NFL on the spread who wins. It's all about who covers. So you could bet on a team that loses the game, but as long as they cover that number, they'll get an ATS win against the spread win. So, yeah, I'm hoping Bengals win outright or lose by 4 or less, guys.
Josh Applebaum, host of Betting Across America, heard here Saturdays, 11 a.m. here on 1580 The Fanatic. He's the professor of sports 101 right now for educational purposes. So go ahead and send in a question, 888-368-1580. So with the Super Bowl coming, I can't remember. Do you like the prop bets? Now, do you stick with statistical prop bets or do you like to do the silly ones too?
So I think the important thing with prop bets, I do think there's value there. And kind of what we saw last night, there's a night when all the props get released. So at the Westgate Superbook, which is one of the big ones, also Circa, a lot of these Vegas books, they're going to have their huge menu of props drop. And it pretty much happened last night. Propapalooza is what a lot of bettors like to call it. But here's the thing, guys. I think with props, before you bet any of them, you need to think about it psychologically. Now, a lot of casual bettors are going to bet a lot of yeses. Will this happen? Yes or no? They'll bet the yes. They'll also bet on a lot of overs, like, give me the Stafford over passing yards, over Jamar Chase, over all these players. So the public mindset when it comes to props is I want to bet on something that's going to happen a lot. I want to bet on something with an affirmative outcome with a yes. And I also want to flock to a lot of plus money so I can turn into hey, will the game go to overtime? Yes is plus 1,000. Let me get $10 on that. But here's the thing. A lot of wise guys who bet these props, they go the other way. They'll bet a lot of no's. They'll bet a lot of unders. And they'll also bet some minus numbers. So, for example, in that, will the game go to overtime? Will there be a 2-point conversion? Will there be a safety? Public will always go yes there because they are thinking about kind of that parlay mentality of turning a small amount of money into a big amount, but not the sharps. The sharps are okay laying minus numbers. They'll look for a minus 130, a minus 140. So just from a high level standpoint, that's really something to keep an eye out for. And again, I don't want to rain on anyone's parade. Like the Super Bowl should be fun. If you want to put $10 on a long shot, I hope you win. But if you really want to bet props long term, the pros and all these guys who hit these numbers last night really leaned on a lot of no's, a lot of unders. And really, for example, I'll give you a few that got hit. One in particular, the number of total kickoffs in the game returns. So number of kickoff returns. It opened at 5.5 with the over juiced up to minus 190. Now it's 5.5 under juiced up minus 140. So what does that tell you? It tells you a lot of wise guys hit that under. Now the game's going to be played in a dome, so ball's going to theoretically be kicked pretty far. So you have some touchbacks. Also, we are seeing some under money in this game, 49.5 down to 48.5. And again, are you going to get overzealous and running out of the end zone? Maybe one guy will, but a lot of under money came in on that rare, obscure prop. So my other tip with props, guys, the low-hanging fruit is like the star quarterback over, the star receiver over, all these overs. Look for these like little like under the radar prop bets, like the weird ones, the kickoff returns. Like there's also money on the total punts by both teams. Under 7 had a lot of sharp money. So that would be my recommendation. You know, you're going to bet props, do your research, track the prop movement. You know, one prop might open at 4.5 even money. So it's minus 110 both sides. Now it's 4.5 under at minus 140. Go where the juice is trending. Don't be afraid to take no's and unders. And don't be afraid to go minus numbers, even though the public is kind of thinking opposite for all those.
Well, I'll tell you what, the one prop bet that I really want to have fun with, but I worry about is the Gatorade one, because here's why. Let's say I'm the guy working for whichever team, and I control what color Gatorade goes in there. Maybe even I walk across the way and I talk to the other guy and say, hey, listen, let's put purple in this thing. And then you and I make some huge bets. And either way, we both win. Deal. Somebody's got to watch the field, because if the two water boys come across and shake hands in the middle, do not bet on the Gatorade thing. But how do you even legitimize the color of Gatorade when somebody can just put what they want in there and put a big bet on it?
Yeah, so it's funny you bring this up. We've actually been talking about this at VSiN. So that would be called basically like a novelty prop. You can look at props in two ways, and prop is short for proposition. So what that means is it's a bet on anything tied to the game that isn't tied to the outcome of who wins and who loses. So you can think of it that way. But you have your over-unders, your player props. That would be a novelty prop. So basically with the Gatorade, what's funny, guys, is I have some connections in New England, and I remember I got a direct message a few years ago in a Patriots Super Bowl who said, hey, I know the guy who knows the guy who knows the guy, and it's orange. It ended up being right. I forget which one it was. But inside sources, that kind of thing. You can also look at the movement. Like, what if orange opens at plus 900, one of the worst odds, and now it automatically or quickly is down to plus 600. You can follow some movement. That's one of those things. Have some fun, but typically you'll have some inside information type plays. Like, also, I'll give you another example: the national anthem. That's a really, really popular one where you can bet on, will it be over or under 2 minutes and 25 seconds, that sort of thing. A lot of times, and this actually happened a couple of years ago, somebody will be, working in the stadium, or when the person who's singing is rehearsing, they'll have a stopwatch on, they'll tape it, it'll leak, then you'll see the odds move. So with those props, they're hard to track. It's hard to know, but to me, those are what I call like source plays that you can really take advantage of if you're lucky enough to kind of know the right person.
Well, I know that the girl who's going to be doing it, while she's a country artist, she's also got an R&B kind of thing going. So the R&B artists like to drag out every note. So I would go over, I think, on the anthem. Of course, what do I know? Josh Applebaum, thanks so much for being with us. Again, everybody, check out his book, Everything Guide to Sports Betting, on the Amazon. And of course, you can listen to him tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. here on 1580 The Fanatic on Betting Across America. And then, of course, where do you find the Market Insights podcast, Josh?
Well, you can just find it. It's available if you just search it on Spotify or Google or iTunes or Megaphone. But you can just follow at VSiN Live on Twitter. You can follow me at Josh_Insights. That's probably the best way to do it. And guys, next time we talk, next Friday, it'll be 2 days from the Super Bowl. So we'll see what transpires between now and then.
All right, Josh, have a great weekend and good luck with your mountain of bets on the Pro Bowl. We'll talk to you next time.
Appreciate it, guys.
Got to take a
Thank
break.
you.
Back with more of the Daily Blender after this here on 1580 The Fanatic.
They're going to go nuts when he hits this thing.
It went in.
The People's Open is back. See the PGA Tour's best tee it up at the 2022 Waste Management Phoenix Open, presented by Taylor Morrison, February 7th through the 13th at TPC Scottsdale. Get full tournament info at WMPhoenixOpen.com.
Hey guys, it's Stephen McCollum from the main event here on 1580 The Fanatic. Coming up on Monday at 1 p.m. What a weekend. Suns, ASU men's basketball, or the local teams in action. How did the Cardinals players look at the Pro Bowl? And is it the last time we see some players in Cardinals helmets? NHL All-Star Game is Saturday night, and we'll take a look. We take a left turn and see what happened in LA for the NASCAR Busch Clash. So join me, Stephen McCollum, on the main event, Monday, 1 p.m. on 1580, 99.3 FM, The Fanatic.
Dreaming of adventure beyond your backyard? NerdWallet can help you compare and find the smartest credit cards to get there. Use NerdWallet to compare travel cards with bonus miles to go from working from home to relaxing far, far away. Then use NerdWallet to compare cashback cards and turn everyday purchases into a beachside cabana big enough for the whole family.
Or stand for the third tower.
She's the only boss you'll be answering to this week. Nice castle. Compare your way there. Find the smartest financial products for you on NerdWallet.
Hey guys, Cupid here. With Valentine's Day right around the corner, I'll be shooting my arrow through you and your loved one's heart soon. Seems like I've been shooting my arrow forever, and even Cupid needs help shooting his arrow straight and true. Sometimes my arrow's like a cooked spaghetti noodle, and that's why I go to Summit Male Medical, and you should too. Let Summit's medical staff help you overcome signs of erectile dysfunction. Meet with their licensed, experienced, all-male medical staff using FDA-approved ingredients. You will see results in their office. These medications will not interfere with any medication you're currently taking, regardless of your medical condition. So call Summit today. Guys, give Cupid a break this year. Get your own love potion at Summit Male Medical, 480-398-1000, or go to summitmalemedical.com. Cupid fully endorses Summit.
I'm an Arizona truck driver. I deliver food, medicine, supplies, and hope.
And during times of crisis, I support our communities. But every day I see people putting lives and families at risk.
Distracted driving is deadly, period. Be aware, be safe, and visit sharetheroadaz.com and find tips on how to drive safely around trucks.
This message is sponsored by the Arizona Trucking Association Foundation.
1580 The Fanatic and at 1580thefanatic.com. Your home for sports.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Tomorrow at noonish, you got Michigan at Purdue for some college basketball. Then, of course, GCU is hosting California Baptist at 5:45 p.m. on Sunday, 12:30 p.m. The NASCAR Busch Clash is happening, but over on Money Radio 1510, we got the stupid Pro Bowl. So you can choose whatever you want to do there. So, yeah, we're going to maybe a little bit later on in the show get more in depth on the Busch Clash there with Senior Randy White. But right now, I want to jump back in and finish making our Daily Blender determination on which of these Olympic sports are actually sports. So far, have you guys disagreed with me on any of them?
Yes.
Which one?
See, I think figure skating is a sport.
How is it a sport if somebody's judging it? You can't knock out somebody in figure skating.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. But,
remember, with boxing, we decided there's a chance you can knock that other person out and you have a definitive win, even though it's being scored. But if you pop the guy hard enough, there's at least the chance for that to happen. And it's a brutal, more grueling sport.
I don't know. I just think that these are athletes. These are finely tuned athletes,
and
it's kind of like gymnastics, man. I mean, I don't know.
Also, not
an
a
average
sport.
Human can't do the iron cross. I mean, you've got to have physical abilities to do that.
Yeah,
it's you can respect the athleticism and
Yes.
still not be a sport. Like
it's on here right there on the list as athletic competition, not a sport. Ice dancing, figure skating, ribbon dancing, cheerleading.
Did we cover the snowboarding already?
Snowboarding's not a sport.
Yeah, it's not a sport.
I haven't gone there yet, but I have a big old red dot next to it.
Okay, because I was going to use that as my example. I really enjoy watching it. I think that those people that do that are amazing.
Sure.
But I wouldn't say it's a sport.
Athletic competition, not a sport.
I can respect the athleticism of it for sure. But
that's why I've made a column that says athletic competition, because to do those things well, you also have to be athletic to enter the wife carrying contest. So
or in the cheese roll race, the cheese you got to.
So let's finish here now. Ice hockey, big old green dot next to it, it's a sport. Of course,
Well,
ice
yeah,
hockey is
yeah.
a sport.
Yeah.
It's one of the obvious
Luge,
ones.
not a sport because that's just gravity and you're just lying there. And I don't care how oiled or greased up you got to do that. Or I remember there's nothing to it. I mean, you have to be psychotic. It's fast. It's dangerous, but it's not a sport. The Nordic combined. Now that's where they do cross country skiing. So ding, automatically a sport. And then the ski jumping, which I'm less impressed with as a sport because at that point there is gravity. But with the cross country involved and the fact that it's a race and it's not about the quality of the jumps, then I'm going to go ahead and say it's a sport. So Nordic combined is a sport. Short track speed skating. Well, yeah, of course it's a sport. It's physically your race. It's like running.
Yeah,
and
it's
there's
a skating race.
It's a race. It's a race. There's a winner. Bang. It's a sport. Skeleton again for the same reason. Luge, not a sport. Ski jumping, not a sport because you just lean, and then you hope to lean the best and go the farthest and land. I'm impressed that you can land. I am impressed. It's not a sport. Snowboarding, as we said earlier, not a sport. Speed skating is a sport. So far, speed skating, short track speed skating, Nordic combined, ice hockey, cross country skiing, and biathlon sports. The rest, not so much.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, I think for most part. Yeah, you're on.
And ask me again why I'm not watching the Olympics.
Well, because I don't know, because you can still enjoy non-sports. You're just not watching it the same way you'd watch sports. That's all.
Yeah, I think listen. There's parts that if it's interesting, somebody says, "Hey, you got to watch this." Okay, I'll go watch that. This event here is they're doing it. Okay, yeah. But I get aggravated when it's about the judges have scored them. No, not so much.
Yeah, I mean the snowboarding stuff. Like I don't even watch it for the judges. I literally do not care what they say. I hope the U.S. wins, but that part doesn't matter. I literally just like watching the snowboarders. I just think it's an impressive thing to do.
So American free skier, which means that dude's high because it's just the same as snowboarders. Free skier Nick Gepper, he's a lifelong Cincinnati Bengals fan, and he's having a dilemma. So he's 33 years old, and for the first time, his team is in the Super Bowl, and he's a super fan of the Bengals, but he's also qualifying at the same time that the game is going on. Kickoff time is just before he competes in the slope style qualifying. And so he's like, oh, what do I do? He's like, oh, I want to watch. I'm torn. But then 4 years of getting ready for this Olympics, and so he's torn on that. Yeah, Randy, if it was you, would you watch the game or would you compete in the event?
Dude, you've got to be focused on what you're doing. Compete in the event so you can qualify well.
But
You
it's
can
not a real sport. So
you can DVR them, but he's there to do a job, and his job is to participate in this, whether it's an athletic endeavor or a true sport. And the bottom line is they have all sorts of technology, man. You don't have to sit there and watch it live. You can watch it Memorex, and you can speed through the commercials.
Yeah, and just ask everybody to keep their damn mouth shut. Keep your damn mouth shut. And
well,
then,
and on the YouTube, there's a little plug for the YouTube, but you can hide, like the Super Bowl. You can hide the scores on the YouTube, and it won't tell you anything what's going on. Now your friends, they might blow it for you, but
people are bastards, So that's why you get earplugs. And you blindfold yourself like you've been taken hostage, and have one of your friends that you trust lead you back where you can watch the game in peace. But I don't know how much time it takes in the qualifying, what he needs. But I agree. Unless you spent this much time in your life, Gepper, and listen, last time you did this, you got the bronze, okay? 2014, and then you got silver 4 years ago in China. So you got bronze, you got silver. It's time to bring home the gold. Focus, Nick Gepper, and get that gold back. And
let's get one for the Gepper.
Yeah, and the Bengals will be fine, and you can watch it later. But I understand. 888-368-1580. Kiss the Cook says you don't want to play Mickey Guyton on the show, but betting on the over/under in the national anthem, all of a sudden you're an expert, huh, Jeffrey? That's just like AM hand Muppet guy. How is that? It's not nothing to do with it. I've analyzed what I've been told. I was told by Keon that she's a country artist, but she's like a R&B infused. And I just analyzed the fact that it's R&B infused. It's 0% like the AM hand Muppet guy. What does that even mean?
I don't even know what that means. What does that mean?
Don't know who you're talking about, but I don't care. I don't have to hear it to be able to analyze it.
If you know what certain genres of music sound like, and then
Mina Kimes doesn't have to play football to know about football and comment on it. So by God, I can comment on this. Country music does seem to drag too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The combination of those two genres of music is, should increase the national anthem.
Over. Royale Cheese says, "Ooh, I sure do love the curling though." Oh, listen, I'm good for sitting down and watching a few minutes of that. I saw this video that the husband-wife team was arguing with each other, and he puts his hand around her like a shoulder, and she goes, "Get that off me." She was mad. I don't know what that man did wrong, but she is not forgiving him yet. So yeah, a couple of minutes of curling, I can get behind that. Big Kev says, NASCAR fandom question for Randy. Got my Clash Sunday by myself at home. Tailgate planned out, but the attire is still in question. I plan on wearing my William Byron 2020 Daytona Duels win t-shirt, but do I wear my Chase Elliott Hooters jacket over it or my Jeff Gordon Rainbow Warrior jacket over it? I'll also be wearing my Chase Elliott hat regardless.
Wow. Big Kev, I'm sorry. I'm not a fashionista. So you wear whatever the hell you want, and you get you a case of beer and get you some of those wings and get ready for some tight short track racing.
So who are you with, Big Kev? Because if you're hanging out with a lady, don't wear the Hooters jacket.
No, he said he's by himself.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then, yeah, do what you want. I'd go with the Hooters jacket. I don't know about this Rainbow Warrior stuff, but
well, that's what they call the Jeff Gordon team, because they had the DuPont paint scheme, which had the rainbow colors all over it, and their uniforms had the rainbow colors on it, and they call them the Rainbow Warriors because of it.
Well, you do what you got to do, Kev. You do what you got to do. But yeah, if you're alone, wear the Hooters. Pull the plug says, Hooter if your server is not a heffalump. What? Colts fan Dan says, tell Randy I watched Dale Sr. hit the wall and die right in front of me. Well, that's just sort of a
why would you want to tell me?
Why out of nowhere would you say that?
Why would you just brought the whole show? You just brought the whole show to a damn stop. It's grinding halt.
No, but it's all right. The ghost of Dale Sr. Was telling a guy to drive the wrong way so they can get NASCAR back to Vegas.
Hey,
so
now,
he lives on.
Here I am thinking about the Intimidator, and that must have been traumatic for you. I mean, you were at Daytona. You watched it. I watched it live happen on the TV. It was sad. Still sad.
It's like I watched the Challenger blow up because somebody thought it was a good idea to wheel that TV in for us in junior high.
Right.
Thanks
Saw
for
that too. Yeah,
and we already know what Keon's is, and his will beat all of us.
Yeah,
no, it's the 9/11.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was. Oh no, I'm sorry. I thought
football
team.
Oh no,
that's it was something with the Washington football team. Wow, you
Snyder's in trouble again.
Oh,
I mean,
what do you think about that?
I mean, he can't even let one day go by. His football team. He's got the Commandos, and they came out with a new scheme and everything. Now he's in front of the damn Congress,
which I think Congress did on purpose. They put that the day after.
We'll show you
the new brand. See, you can't hide from this scandal if we know when you're changing the name. So.
By the way, ever hear of Michael Beschloss? Michael Beschloss is the NBC News presidential historian. He does stuff on PBS NewsHour. Okay. He's got a thing called Fireside History with Michael Beschloss. And he wants you to know, Keon, specifically you, Keon. He says, Commanders, huh? Washington Commanders. He says, alas, George Lincoln Rockwell, the American Nazi leader who in the 1960s militantly demanded that the Washington, D.C. football team remain all white, all segregated. They had signs, they had marches that said, keep the Redskins white, which that shows you how dumb Nazis are.
Bizarre sentence to even utter, but all right.
George Lincoln Rockwell had the title Commander of the American Nazi Party. Dan Snyder, you son of a bitch.
Oh boy.
Oh, I'm not going to pin that to Dan Snyder.
Oh boy.
Dan's Jewish.
I just did.
Dan's Jewish, by the way. Let's not do that.
The ones you least expect. Guess who else was part Jewish? Hitler. Dan Snyder, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
And this is why we're calling the Commandos.
Together now.
We're calling the Commandos for you, Keon.
No, that's not a connection I'm willing to make.
How could they do
I would
this
like to
to
call
our
them
friend Keon?
bastards for the Commandos, but yeah, no, that's
There's this is from NBC News presidential historian, so I don't know what more I can say.
What's
Keon.
going to happen now?
the guy didn't work for the team, did he?
Nazi sons of bitches. No.
Dan
he was-
Snyder,
Yes,
sell the team.
Just saying, it's a thing.
Okay.
Sell the team, Snyder. Sell the team. All right, one more hour of the Daily Blender after this here on 1580 The Fanatic.
The moment we've been waiting for since September is finally here. In honor of the big game, DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 56, is giving new customers 56-1 odds on either team. Bet just $5 and get $280 in free bets if your team wins. Not a new customer? You can experience Super Bowl 56 with same-game parlays. Combine multiple bets from the same game for a bigger payout. The more legs you add, the more money you can win. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable. Best of all, you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code BET1580 and get 56-1 odds on either team. Bet just $5 and get $280 in free bets if your team wins. That's code BET1580 at DraftKings Sportsbook. 21 and over. Arizona only. Gambling problem? 1-800-NEXT-STEP. New customers only. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details.
This is Aaron Warby, host of the Bulls and the Bears Radio Hour. In the show, we try to teach the tools, rules, and strategies that traders and investors need to do better with their wealth and portfolio income. But most of the time, an hour is just not long enough. At Online Trading Academy, we believe that the average person should be given the tools, rules, and strategies that Wall Street's elites have been using for years to outperform others. Are you one of the millions that have recently established a trading account? Or have you always wanted to trade or take a more active role in guarding and growing your own wealth, but have not had the know-how or confidence? We want to invite you out to a complimentary 3-hour power trading and investing workshop, where you'll learn what it is that the professionals use to limit their risks and maximize their possible gains in both trading and investing. To register, call 8448-TRADER. That's 844-887-2337, or text the word stocks to 25029. Again, that's stocks to 25029. Reserve your seat now.
Learn how thousands of smart homeowners are investing about $1 to avoid expensive home repair bills. John, a former non-customer, said, "My air conditioner broke and I had to spend $1,900 to fix it." Jeff, a customer, wrote, "My air conditioner broke and I got a new one at no out-of-pocket cost." Mary, a former non-customer, wrote, "My heating system stopped running. I had to spend $3,000 to get a new one." Lisa, a customer, wrote, "My heater stopped working. I got it fixed at no out-of-pocket cost." For about $1 a day, you can have all the major appliances and systems in your home guaranteed fixed or replaced with HSC's home warranty coverage. Call now, and the first month is free. If the lines are busy, please call back.
800-657-5714. 800-657-5714. 800-657-5714. That's 800-657-5714.
KQFM Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
Quiet, people, settle down.
Because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside my heterosexual life partner, Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. Now, Randy, you know how car stuff is my porn.
Yeah,
you know
what?
that if I'm sitting, when I'm sitting here during breaks, I'm flipping through old cars, new cars. I love cars. I'm a car guy through and through. And I just saw something. I don't know how I feel about it.
Okay.
Remember the show Knight Rider?
Yeah.
Firebird.
Firebird, yeah.
And they had
Trans Am.
that little light in the front.
Yeah.
Well, somebody has recreated that.
Yeah.
There it is. But you notice notice the effects right there.
Yeah, I see that.
And the wide body, but damn thing's a Hellcat. It's got a
kidding.
Hellcat engine.
It's a
in it.
Hellcat. Oh, no
It's got a Mopar Hellcat engine in
Wow.
that thing.
Wow.
I was just like, oh my God, somebody wants to die because those old Firebirds don't handle all that well. So
Yeah.
you're just, I mean, it's cool. Nice having the wide boy effects on those. And it brings back memories from when I was a kid. But
I used to early in my radio career, I worked for an urban contemporary station here in the Valley, KUKQ.
Oh yeah, before it became the best alternative station, I wish we still had.
Yeah. And I worked with a guy who worked overnights. His name was Alex Santamaria, and he had he had bought one of those Firebirds brand new, and he took the eagle off of he bought a Trans Am, took the eagle off the thing there, and then he had his friend work the light, so he actually had the light going on that thing when it was going down the road. It was black, had the black tires, the black wheels. It was black on black, and he had that red scanner light going back and forth. It was pretty cool. Yeah.
But did you ever get to drive it?
No, for some reason he wouldn't let me drive it. I don't know why.
That generation of Pontiac or Camaro or whatever it was, you know what I mean?
Yeah. He had the Pontiac 400 in it though. Yeah, it was pretty quick.
I'm sure it was fast going in a straight line, but the handling, kind of like Corvettes didn't handle it. The 70s. Late 70s, early 80s, as long as you didn't need to turn. Oh, some of the cars were nice. Pull the Plug says, we paint the drapes purple. So, Keon, what you have to understand is every now and then, I'm pretty sure that some secret agent is texting things into the show. Yeah. I have just passed a code along to somebody else. Watch for maybe some nukes to happen later tonight.
Could be
I think I may have just launched the missiles.
Unrest in the Congo somewhere. Something's going to happen. Yeah.
So just so you know, every now and then, because I don't know why else, we paint the drapes purple is a text from Pull the Plug. It does say the same thing I say. Anything with judges is a scam. No, I'm not going to automatically say a scam, but when it's somebody's opinion, it's subjective. It just
how many times have you watched one of those events and you went, oh, that person got robbed?
Yep.
They on the merits of what they did should have won, but the judge's opinions affected them.
Well, they the American judge gave him a 9.8, but the Russian judge gave him an 8.6. That's just typical, Russian judges once again.
Or the East Germans. Remember the East German judge?
Yeah, the East Germans.
Here's what it was, is because both men and women in East Germany at that time overloaded with testosterone. They were all overdosing on the tea,
if you know what military, I believe.
Yeah, military grade testosterone. Maybe don't shave legs because razor break. You can't fight it. Don't just let it happen. You'll be warmer in cold. Yeah. So I have no idea what Pull the Plug's talking about. Ukla Mock says, where's the man of 1,000 teens? Solar Dud Ralph. Ralph was on yesterday.
Yeah, he was only here yesterday.
Jagdog explains what he was saying earlier, Keon. Again, I am a little bit behind in reading these texts, so I apologize. Sashi Brown is the Washington Wizards. I don't know what he does. But he
he was in like the front office.
Yeah, but he's going to the Ravens to be their president.
Okay. I mean,
so he's jumping one sport to the next. That's why you didn't recognize the name. You're like, is he had a point guard? Who the hell is this? Sashi Brown.
Like, I am very familiar with the Wizards roster. I'm trying to think of a Sashi Brown. I couldn't think of anybody. Okay,
So there he is, third president of the Ravens, Sashi Brown.
Wow.
Your team's still going to stink. Doesn't matter. Random texter says, maybe that's the issue with Senior Wake and Bake. He's awake, but he's yet to bake.
Or
it's oregano. King Kenton says, I recently dropped my resume off at a golf manufacturer in North Scottsdale. They do fittings, re-gripping, They also have a video simulator. The guy told me most of the people in the industry usually have worked at Ping and PXG, and they rotate around all the different companies. Okay. Cowboy Sparky says, I just heard banjos playing when you said mono bob. Yeah, me a mono bob. I've been sitting here for myself because it's just me. So, and I only have hearing in one ear because it's a shotgun accident. So everything I hear is in mono. But generally, because it's only me here, I have crippling gas. Nobody wants to be around this show. In many oh damn it, now I can't hear out of that. Well, I'm just Bob now. What Cold Trickle says, well, boobies are out of the question. Again, this is from an hour ago. I have no idea what we were talking about. Boobies are always in the question, if you ask me. Lost Toby says, drink Coke out of a bag. Again, an hour ago, I have no idea what Lost Toby was talking about. Thunder Snow says, I guess that's why they call him Big Risk. Kyle G says, potential trade idea for the Suns, Payne, Crowder, and a couple of picks. Get yourself some Ben Simmons. What do you think of that?
No, thank you.
Yeah, I don't want to lose Payne and Crowder.
Especially not for Ben Simmons, who you're just not sure where he's at mentally. You know, and Monty Williams is the guy that probably wouldn't criticize Ben Simmons publicly, but the fact that would affect him so much, he literally can't play properly, is just completely mentally disengaged on a team that went to the finals last year. Don't upset the apple cart with a guy like that.
Big Risk. Cabana has a suggestion, says go to Chichia Neat. I don't know what that means, but he says Tulum Mayan ruins. If that means anything, then that is Cabana's suggestion for you while you're in Cancun. Big Risk says he has to work Super Bowl Sunday at the car dealership. He says, I'm guessing there won't be many customers. Wow, that's a rough. I'm sorry, Big Risk. I'll imagine they'll have it on screens there, so I'm sure I hope you get to see it. So here's a question, Big Risk. Do you want us to recommend people come see you to buy a car, or do you want us to keep it just our mouths shut so nobody bothers you while you try to watch the Super Bowl at the dealership?
Yeah, what dealership do you work at, Big Risk?
Yeah, I'm tempted to let him plug it, but I also don't want to ruin his day by, everybody's bothering him and then he can't watch the game. You see what I'm saying? You just damned if you do and damned if you don't, Big Risk.
Yeah.
Killer Rabbit says, I've seen that joke, Killer Rabbit. We're not going to repeat it. You guys heard that joke about the guy who his friend is getting married, but yet he had Super Bowl tickets and stuff like that. Have you heard that joke?
No.
All right. Well, here, I'll read it. Guys, I know it's short notice, but a buddy of mine has 2 tickets for a Super Bowl, and they're box seats that he spent $4,500 a piece on, which includes ride from the airport, open bar, pass to the winner's locker room. What he didn't realize is that last year when he bought them, it was the same day as would be his wedding. So if you're interested, he's looking for somebody to take his place. It's at St. Paul's Church, 3 p.m. Her name's Ashley. She's 5'5", very cute, 110 pounds. There you go. That's the joke.
Wow.
Lacrosse guy says, I like where your head's at, Jeffrey. Lacrosse in the summer games. Finally. Yeah, I'm all for lacrosse. That's a sport. I got no problem with that being, I don't know. The Olympics, I don't know if they should be about team sports, though. I know that people are going to not like me saying this, but I wonder if it should only be individual sport. That is actual sport. Team sport. I feel like,
well, because it's a national thing, though. You're getting the best of the best in every sport. But
if it's overwhelmingly a team sport, like say soccer to one place, football to another, baseball to another, then you end up with the same winners kind of all the time. I don't know.
Not really. I mean, not that you watch soccer, but
I certainly do not.
There's enough talent around there. There's different winners. The only sport where that actually it comes up to be a problem is basketball, where we dominate so entirely. We almost never lose the gold medal.
So part of me gets a little itchy on the team sport, but I'm not gonna rock the boat on that. But I'm going to say yes, lacrosse guy. Lacrosse it may as well be an Olympic sport. Boomer Sooner says, good day, Blender Nation. Happy Friday. Randy, could I get a nice cold beer, please?
Absolutely.
And he was watching highlights of East-West Shrine game. This kid for Oklahoma, defensive lineman by the name of Winfrey, was just raging havoc on the offensive lineman, trying to stop him. Coaches were raving about this kid.
Oprah finally found something else to do, huh?
Yeah, I guess. Cards Chappie says curling is icy shuffleboard. You don't want to see drunks playing, or maybe you do. I don't know. Blissful Hayes says, happy Friday. My girl asked me where I'm taking her for Valentine's Day. Apparently from behind is not the right answer. Yeah. You better make some reservations quick, man.
That's one of those, if you want to drop that joke, it has to follow with a just kidding and then like a real answer.
Yeah, you better have an answer too. Good Cat says, I have quite a conundrum. Man, we are really sorry. How long do you have left to live? He says, according to Twitter and just the tip, my go-to donut is the same as Bruce Jacobs' go-to donut. Should I A, run my car into the nearest telephone pole, B, drink a ton of whiskey to forget, or C, curl up in the fetal position and cry for 1 hour? That's if those are the only choices, driving your car to a pole, drinking a bunch of whiskey to forget, or curling up and crying. Well, crying, that's a man card violation. Running your car into a telephone pole could be fatal. I'd say drink a bunch of whiskey and forget. That's the best I've got for you, Good Cat.
Yep.
Let's see. Dodger Danny says, Jeffrey, I would be glad to organize a Blender Top Golf event. Randy, you don't need to bring your sticks. They got plenty of them.
Yeah, I know they do. I don't like them. I bring my own. Thanks, though, Dodger Danny. Appreciate that.
And no, Dodger Danny, full contact chess is not a sport. I get it. I like that they'll punch each other around for a little bit, but still, that's boxing, not a sport. Chess, not a sport. So no. Senior Wake and Bake says, I thought the rule was if you can bet on it, it's a sport.
Well, you can bet on the weather, so that's clearly not a thing. I mean,
it's a good point. It's a good point.
You can bet, as we've mentioned many times on this show, on anything. If you find the shady enough sports book that'll let you do it, or some bookie named Dan who you meet in the dark alley, who's going to break your kneecaps if you don't pay him back. That you can definitely bet on anything. So,
I thought Dan was a nice guy, Jeffrey. Why is he picking on Dan?
I'm not picking on him. I mean, it's just
Dan did nothing.
He's a very nice guy, but pay him back.
Happy guy.
Yeah.
Couple of kids.
But when it's time to pay. That's
always been nice to me. Boy.
It's a little awkward, actually. I'm not gonna lie. Big George says, did you guys see Gary Bettman's comments today about the Coyotes? He said the Coyotes want to play at the America West Arena, but the Suns are not cooperating because they don't want them playing in their building, because I assume they'd like to get them out of town. That was a quote of Gary Bettman. He says he's okay with the Coyotes playing in a 5,000 seat arena for a couple of years. And he said he's happy with the opportunity, particularly with the possibility of a new arena in Tempe, really will solidify the market, which is good hockey market. Just ask the Scottsdale native Austin Matthews. Okay. No, did not see that, but now I've read it. Now we all know. What was the Phoenix Suns' problems? Is that it? They're just like, we don't want to go through the extra heavy lifting of putting ice in, taking it out, screwing with our floor. I don't blame the Suns.
I think the arena is already equipped for it because they have other shows there that involve ice. They have the ice capades there all the time.
And but the putting it in, taking it out, putting it in, taking it out, making adjustments. Well, no, you gotta freeze the ice.
Yeah,
there's time in between there. Even if if they're equipped, there is extra steps to it. And maybe they're like, yeah, we don't want condensation on the floor, kind of like has happened in the past, that kind of thing.
They need to talk to the people in like New York and Boston that have these arenas that do multiple things.
I remember watching, there was a weekend where it was the start of the NHL playoffs and the NBA playoffs. The Clippers and the Lakers made the playoffs. And so in one weekend, it was Lakers, Kings, Clippers. And they went in, put down the floorboards, had a game, pulled up the floorboards, put down the ice, had a game, got the ice off, put down more boards for the Clippers, had a game. It can be done and be done pretty efficiently. Yeah, there are people you can talk to make sure that this happens properly, as opposed to let's just not play ball at all.
Big Kev says, I've got beer at the house. I'm grilling. Mom secretly got me charcoal for the grill. He says, I say secret because mom and dad just left for a 7-day cruise vacation. And dad's biggest fear of going on vacation, leave me alone at the house, is that he and mom will return from vacation and find the house is no longer standing. Maybe you shouldn't light that grill. I'm just saying, if that is something that,
if you are that deeply concerned
Right.
about it, maybe your instincts are
Might be a
correct on
reason.
some level.
yeah, might be a reason. Chief Skull says, afternoon, guys. Hey, Chief Skull. Thundar, the Santa Barbarian, says, speaking of passing along secret codes, Jeffrey, would you like to play a game? Chess or global thermonuclear war? Both are grueling sports. You know what I do, Thundar? I unplug the Commodore 64 and I go about my life happy. Big Stanky 87 says, guys, ASU should have won last night. And the hot chick from work, yes. What are you talking about? I thought there was, you mean
What?
at work? Oh, he said maybe the hot lady that sits in front of me will want to go to the game.
But he did say at work.
I didn't know. He didn't say at work.
He didn't? Okay.
No.
Maybe I just remembered that wrong.
Oh, good for you, man. Glad that turned out all right for you. Wish it turned out better for ASU. Fighting Wampa says, I'm pretty sure Ben Simmons' ex-girlfriend is Devin Booker's current girlfriend. Not sure I would want to work in that locker room. That's a good point there. Eskimo brothers.
Interesting. Okay.
Moist one says, happy Friday, fellas. I'm at the NHL skills competition repping the Seattle Kraken. Oh, look at that. He sent me a picture of the arena. Generally, I will not look at pictures that Moist One sends me, but this one seems legit. Good for you, man.
Good for you, Moist One.
That's really damn cool.
Is that
Have fun, man.
Is that 2 Zambonis or is that a stage over there? I can't see very clearly, but that's cool. You ever ride the
NHL
Zambonis?
games, every NHL game generally has 2 Zambonis that work the ice.
Yeah, but I don't think that's what it is. I think it's the national anthem stage.
Could be.
Jagdog says, does DraftKings have a line to bet against that Olympic guy who's a Bengals fan? Sounds like a lock to lose all of his events. He's not in the right mind space. It's a good point. What was his name again? All right.
Dr. Pepper, I believe.
Dr. Pepper, Jagdog. Good luck with it.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's Dr. Pepper.
Dropping the Soap says, for a while on Valentine's Day, my wife said she wanted me to take her to a place she's never been, so I took her to the kitchen. It's not going to work, Dropping the Soap. It's not going to work. Cowboy Sparky says, the game of chess, it's great to be the king. And I don't know what the rest of that is. Why are you saying that? Augie says, did you say full contact chess? Chest is not a sport? Oh, chess, not chest, Augie. FedFan says, actually, Keon, if you try to outrun a tornado, that could be a sport. If you die, tornado wins. If you're racing tornadoes, I might throw that in there.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Hitting the Nuts says, happy Friday, Blender. I've sauerkraut farts. Just wanted everyone to know.
Well,
Hitting the
thank
Nuts,
you.
Trust me. Everyone knows. Fish Tank says, sorry, fellas, been working, busy working on this bar. Turning it in for a second here, right there. Hey, everybody. Happy Friday. Crush that weekend, friends. You're still working on the bar? I thought that was done. Well, then show new pictures if you've updated it, because we're all impressed with the originals. Big George says, I took that quote by Bettman to mean that the Suns did not want to play ball, even though the Suns arena could accommodate an ice rink. Well, I'm not ready to go to that conspiracy right off the bat. It doesn't hurt the Suns that the Coyotes exist. Completely different fan base. It might even share a little bit of it, but I don't think either one is taking from the other. And if money was involved, it would have been a good idea for the Suns. If they're saying no to it, I'm thinking it's more logistics than anything.
Yeah, but if the Coyotes go back into the America West Arena, or the Foot Fungus Arena as it's called now, there were at one time some restricted view seats. It was not very conducive to a full house. However,
don't sell those.
But you're losing a good portion on each end of the rink in the upper level.
Okay, no, you're not. Because here's why. You only have about 11,000 people going to a game right now, Randy. And if 11,000 people show up at the arena, they don't have to sit in those spots.
I was just going to get there.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
And I will also add to that point, your other option is a 5,000 person arena.
It sounds like the Coyotes want to go to the America West Arena. It sounds like Sarver is blocking it somehow, or maybe the city of Phoenix. I don't know which.
I think it's just got to be the logistics. It's kind of like when we have our own studio as a show, like as a morning show. If we have our own studio, we don't want other people coming in and going out. We like to leave our stuff where it is, but then, oh God, now we got to move something. We got to put a thing here and there. And at a certain point, you're kind of like, yeah, we could accommodate, but we don't want to. It's nothing personal. It's our space. We just want to keep our space. And so maybe there's some of that, but also a lot of times these arenas are booked for a lot of years in advance on the off days. Mm-hmm. And so now here come the Coyotes and they're like, ooh, well, we'd have to give up that money to be able to do this. And it's easier to say, no, thank you. So I don't know. I'm trying to give everybody involved the benefit of the doubt. I could be wrong, Big George. Wiggy My Piggy says, hey, Jeffrey, everybody knows the real Coyotes are from Phoenix Union and they ride bikes. I don't understand that.
Just go with it. Here.
I don't.
Just go with it.
I don't get it.
It's okay.
Chief Skull says the Coyotes should play at ASU Stadium. Oceanside Arena, it seats 750 people, which is more than the Coyotes get for fans. It's not true. They get about 11,000 people per game. Baker's Cocky Hen says, Jeffrey goes right from the Ben Simmons locker room joke to the moist one text. Classic. Senior Wake and Bake says, did Keon say he's going to send someone to break their legs?
No, there's a guy named Dan, and Dan does that.
Right. Dan's a nice guy. Why you keep picking on Dan?
Dan's a nice guy when you don't owe him money. I don't owe Dan any money. Me and Dan are cool.
I've been to lunch with Dan. Jeffrey, you and I and Dan went out to lunch. I think he bought for us, didn't he?
We did?
Yeah.
Just don't owe Dan money. That's all I'm saying.
What he's talking about.
That's all I'm saying.
Which Dan are we talking about?
What's he talking about Dan for?
Which Dan are you talking about?
He's saying Dan will break people's legs.
Just Dan.
When did we go to lunch with Dan?
Yeah, Dan. You know Dan. We went to lunch with him. He bought us lunch.
What's his texture nickname? I don't know people. I don't know. I've seen a lot of people. I know this. Remember that Dan that I beat racing backwards? Remember that guy? Remember that Dan, that salesman?
Dan Beck. Yeah.
Well, guess what? I was about 25 years ahead of my time on that. And I'll tell you why when we come back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Heads up, sports bettors. Right now, you can try VSiN All Access free for 30 days with no credit card required. Visit vsin.com/free month to sign up now.
The Pro Bowl is being played on Sunday at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. There is a point spread set. The AFC is sitting as a 1-point favorite. Generally, this game tends to be a high-scoring contest, and the over-under for Sunday's Pro Bowl has been set at 62.5. Once the Pro Bowl wraps up, all focus will be on the Super Bowl coming up on February 13th. Rams and Bengals, not a whole lot change in terms of the point spread. Rams continue to be favored by 4.5 points, while the over-under has been set at 48.5. For the latest odds all the time, visit vsin.com. I'm Matt Pauley on Arizona's sports betting station, 1580 The Fanatic.
Hi, this is Nick LaCapria with the Daily Sports Quiz. You know, the San Antonio Spurs through the 2020 season had the best winning percentage in NBA history. Lakers ranked second. What San Antonio Spur was the first ever to play in an NBA All-Star game? The answer coming up.
Sports updates on Phoenix teams, sports trivia about Phoenix sports, top picks, and much more. All at phoenixsports.digital. Here's a bonus sports trivia question from Nick LaCapria's Sports Trivia Library. Who is the last National League team to win 2 World Series in a row? See the answer at phoenixsports.digital. Your source for all things sports. phoenixsports.digital. Log on now.
The answer to today's Daily Sports Quiz, name the first ever San Antonio Spur to play in an NBA All-Star game, the Iceman, George Gervin. George Gervin, the answer to today's Daily Sports Quiz.
Without education, poverty follows a family one generation after the next. But College Bound AZ provides educational pathway to students starting in the 7th grade and turns dreams into degrees. Your support provides laptops and other things to ignite that journey. To help, Chicago Fest West happens Saturday, March 19th at Mesa Convention Center, and the proceeds benefit College Bound AZ. It's a celebration of Chicago during Cub Spring training through music, food, a classic car show, and more. Get your tickets at ChicagoFestWest.com today.
Is there anything better than the sound of 3 races breathing life into a new NASCAR season? What about if it's at a state-of-the-art facility with stunning views of the Estrella Mountains and a famous, only one-of-its-kind hillside? Well then, you must be talking about Phoenix Raceway. NASCAR weekend at Phoenix Raceway, March 11th through the 13th. Get your tickets today at PhoenixRaceway.com.
Dreaming of adventure beyond your backyard? NerdWallet can help you compare and find the smartest credit cards to get there. Use NerdWallet to compare travel cards with bonus miles to go from working from home to relaxing far, far away. Then use NerdWallet to compare cashback cards and turn everyday purchases into a beachside cabana big enough for the whole family.
Or stand for the 3rd tower.
She's the only boss you'll be answering to this week. Nice castle. Compare your way there. Find the smartest financial products for you on NerdWallet.
We just can't help it. We have to do it. It's in our DNA. At 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, we have to bring you the most epic moments in sports. NCAA football, NASCAR racing, Arizona Raiders football, golf's biggest majors, March Madness, NFL playoffs, the Super Bowl. Yeah, we can't help it. We are 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Stay the blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. This weekend, we got some college basketball for you on Saturday. 12:15 p.m. You got Michigan at Purdue, and then at 5:45 p.m. GCU is hosting California Baptist right here on 1580 The Fanatic. Now, Big George is opining in about Dan. Says Dan is not a nice guy. He cheats on his wife. He beats his dog. He drinks light beer. Total douchebag. And I guess evidently he's violent if you don't pay your bets. I never knew any about this. A lot of times Randy will say, hey, this guy wants to buy us lunch. Let's go. I'm like, oh, let's do that. I have no idea about his nefarious dealings or anything like that. I mean, he did kind of give me a kind of a stink eye when I didn't order off the kids menu, but I never felt in any kind of danger from Dan. So I really don't know what to make of it.
I don't know why Keon's picking on Dan.
Hitting the Nut says Keon straight to rage, breaking legs under the alias Dan Snyder. Is that what's going on here? Is that what this is about?
Is this Flash
No,
Anger,
I don't have. Look,
Are you sure it's Flash Anger?
You can't give me any bets. I don't.
What?
I am a new bettor myself, so I can't be processing the transaction of bets. There's just a dude named Dan who, if you owe him money,
again with Dan,
he's gonna find a way to get his money.
Dan Snyder,
as bookies
Dan
do.
Snyder.
Are we in danger because he bought lunch?
No, Dan Snyder's being investigated by Congress. That's a different. That's
So
a different.
this is Dan you're talking about.
Just a
That's
different
dangerous.
person.
If it's the Dan we went to lunch with, we don't buy him lunch quick because I don't want my lunch broken.
Do we owe him something? Is he going to come and take our animals away or something?
You'd have to call him. I don't know.
What?
I didn't.
I don't have his number.
Interesting fact, Dan backward is NAD. So I mentioned before the break, back in the year 1994, Randy and I were doing a morning show, and this every morning this salesman Dan Beck would come wandering into the studio. Even though we told those jackasses to never do
Stay
that.
up.
But still, he'd come in there and he would talk. And one day he started saying, "Oh yeah, I've been running lately. I'm pretty fast, faster than you, Jeffrey." And I laughed, and we thought he was kidding, but he was serious. And I said, "Dan, I could run a mile backwards faster than you can run one forward." And he paused a second, and he's like, I'm in. And I said, we're going to do it live on air. And sure enough, we did it live on air. I ran the mile backwards faster than he did forward, and he was humiliated. And did he ever walk in our studio again? I don't know if he did.
I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah, he had no sense. But here we are now, fast forward to present day. And if you're driving down the road and you look over, you see people running backwards. Just want you to remind, I started that many years ago, but I guess it's a new health trend, Randy. Backwards, or they call it retro running. Somebody says it's been around for a while, but it's trending right now because supposedly that burns more calories. I know that when the race was over, I collapsed to the ground. I kind of turned my ankle a little bit during the race, still won, and my calves were screaming in agony.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Because when you run backwards, you're kind of doing tiptoes. It's like doing leg lifts. Yeah. And it took me about 3 or 4 days before I was right again. But
see, back in the day, Keon, we didn't have high-tech remote equipment either, and we didn't have these miniature cell phones.
Right.
What we had were cell phones about the size of this Bose speaker, and you stuck that up to your head like this, and it was about that big, and it was heavier than this Bose speaker because
like the
of the battery
walkie-talkie, the Army man.
It was the big Motorola 870 or whatever they called it. Oh, it was I think you had to pull the antenna. It was huge, man. It was like a bit this big, and it weighed about 5 pounds. And he was running, talking to me on that cellular phone going backwards.
Oh my God!
Yeah, that's how we did our remotes back in the day. That's how we did our morning show bits.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Thank God we had a lot of music to play because just that constantly wouldn't make any sense.
And Mike, the GM, kept yelling about the cellular phone bill because we kept running it up.
Oh, I never shut off the phone.
No.
I left it on. Anyway, so it's trending and it burns more calories, and I guess 20 to 30% more than forward running, and I guess it's better for your knees. So that said, it's also easier to trip and fall. I learned that the hard way. So would you be willing to try backwards running to get in shape? A new poll came in England, and they said that 1 in 6 would give it a go. 70% said no, but I'm just saying,
I'd give it a shot.
Yeah, give it a shot. What do you got to lose? I mean,
not me.
Might want to have a spotter or some sort of mirror thing so you can not trip and fall. But I did it once, never doing it again. I did it just to humiliate somebody. Humiliation has been achieved, and we're going to go on with our lives. That's all I'm saying. 888-368-1580. Finding Wampa says, you guys ever think about doing this show backwards? We just did. We just did. Although we thought about maybe doing the show upside down on camera just to mess with people. You know, we just got into our settings and turned our audio upside down. And then you know where you do that, right? You do that in the audio background and filters of the Zoom thing. There you go. So if we think about maybe on April Fool's Day doing that. But now that I've said it, it's not really.
Nobody will buy it. Nobody
really
will think
surprise.
Yeah.
We're having technical difficulties, you know. And by the way, Randy and I have long since pledged that we don't do April Fool's jokes on the radio on April Fool's Day.
No.
Because this is hacky. Everybody does it. And it's just I don't want to participate in that sort of silliness. Yeah, well done, Keon.
I don't have an iPad, and I don't know what the hell to do the thing. So
Randy and I are upside down, and Keon just showed us a picture of a dark studio. Well done. Well,
this is the only place I use an iPad. So
yeah,
sorry.
All right. Well, let's turn our stuff back. So there you go. Anyway, so yeah, Fighting Wampa, if that answers your question. Cold Trickle says, I prefer jazzercise. Let's get physical. Aren't you a dude though? Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, that was part of our everyday warm-up in high school and college, running backwards. I used to almost run faster backwards in the 40 than I did forwards. And then he says, not really. Okay, so you just made that whole thing up? I was about to ask you. I ran a mile backwards. How far backwards, if it was real, would they make you? I don't know. Fed Fan says, who's this Dan you speak of, Keon, and why is he breaking legs? I'm very confused by this.
Yeah, I don't know why he wants to defame the name of Dan.
Well, Dan did date Jen from accounting. Oh, my God, and then she ended up dead.
Must owe him money.
But that was when Dan was out of town on vacation with his wife and kids.
Cheating on his wife with Jen from accounting. All right, stop it. Let's talk some NFL stuff. Speaking about running and racing and stuff, Micah Parsons won the NFL fastest man's race, and it shouldn't count because Tyreek Hill wasn't even trying. He had just played a game the week before, and I don't know if he was a little bit hoppy. You could tell he wasn't into it. He didn't even try. But it was Tyreek Hill, Nick Chubb, Trevon Diggs, and Micah Parsons, and Micah, he won.
And the other two should be ashamed of themselves, though. Micah Parsons is the larger person by
he's 245-pound linebacker.
Yeah. No, you just should. If you have any pride at all and you're racing that dude, and I understand Micah Parsons is very fast, you shouldn't let Micah Parsons beat you. He shouldn't beat 3 other NFL players, especially Trevon Diggs. I was surprised by that.
Tyreek Hill, if you're not going to do it, you're not going to try, you're not going to give it your all, don't do it. You know,
why? There are other players there at the Pro Bowl.
Why race if you're not really going to race? Because everybody knows that he's the quickest one out of all of them. So whatever. Are we excited about the Jaguars hiring Doug Peterson as a head coach? Good move, bad move, indifferent. Remember, he's won a Super Bowl. He is an architect of teams. He's a guy who can come in and build your team up. I don't know how many years it'll take him, but I kind of think it was a good idea for the Jaguars. What do you guys think?
I think it was a good move, but I think behind this, and I don't think Doug Peterson has anything to do with this, behind the scenes, though, something happened because Byron Leftwich, the last I heard and the last I was reading, was going to be named the head coach. And something happened in the front office. I'm not sure what it is. So they went to their number 2 guy, which I think is a great pickup, Doug Peterson. And I think he can help Tracy Lawrence get on track and start to be developed as an NFL quarterback. And, maybe he can help this team make some moves to get it back to its winning ways.
And Doug's an offensive-minded coach, which is good because of most of these teams that had young quarterbacks to develop. The Jags are one of the few teams that actually went and got a guy that knows how to develop young quarterbacks. He got the best out of Carson Wentz that we were able to see. So
him and Frank Reich together.
Yeah. But still you add that guy to a Trevor Lawrence who was playing better football in the second half of that season. You can build on that and actually have an offense that opens up, lets Trevor use his strength, which is pushing the ball downfield.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens with Doug Peterson there and see if they Jaguars can stop being a laughing stock. Hey, you want to hear the most delusional thing you're going to hear today?
Sure. Let's go for it.
Shaq Barrett is confident that the Buccaneers can remain contenders without Tom Brady.
Boy. Hey, Shaq Barrett plays defense.
Oh, stop. Oh, God.
Shaq Barrett is a defensive player.
Yeah. So, of course he would feel that way. Because of course you can't. The Buccaneers right now are scrambling to figure out how they're going to get a quarterback. Because here's the thing: you don't keep Bruce Arians engaged long enough, you're about to lose your coach too.
Yeah. Why do you think they were surprised? Tom Brady said, "I'm out." Do you think that surprised them, or did they see this coming?
My opinion, I think that they thought they had another year of Brady, at least one more. To figure it out. And so Brady left sooner than they thought he would.
See, but I've said it before and it's come to pass. I just had a feeling when Brady, he said a number. Remember, up to that point, he hadn't said a number. He's like, I'm just going to take it. We'll see. I'd like to play a few more years here. And then at one time when he was in New England, he said, I think I'd like to play until I'm 45. When he put that number on it, I just had a feeling that was going to be it.
Yeah, well, that was going to be it. Yeah, he could have quit anytime when he was 45.
Well,
could have been the next year.
He could have, but I think
this was a no man's land of years in your theory.
Yeah, but I think it's not really, because remember this summer, or late fall, early fall, whatever, when they start doing training camp, that's when he's going to turn 45. So I think he's been very contemplative about it, and he's been thinking about it. And boy, the way the season ended for him, even though they made a heroic, almost a gigantic comeback to win,
that close.
I just think he just kind of put all the odds together. It's like, it's not worth it, man.
I wonder if he'll farve it. You think he'll farve it?
I don't think so.
Favre was younger when he was farving it than Brady is now. So
yeah, but mileage wise, Brady is younger. You know what I mean? Brady's in better shape than Favre was when he retired. And just saying, I don't know. I kind of wonder if he might sort of drift back. I don't know. I mean, he'd probably get one more year. You know what I mean? One year if he did that.
We'll see. A lot of people said that about Larry.
You can't have a year in between though.
And Larry didn't do it.
No, because he'd be 46 when he's coming back.
He has. So here's what the only way this works is he's I'm retiring. Oh, okay, everybody goes about their business, and then suddenly he shows up on a team unexpectedly at the beginning of the season or something. I don't know. I don't know. It makes you wonder though. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like with Larry, hopeful thinking. I don't know.
The Buccaneers did draft a quarterback in the second round. So either if they believe
Kyle Trask,
it is Kyle Trask. And
in Trask, we trust.
So if they think Kyle Trask is a guy they can use, then next year's the year or they're moving on.
Well, I don't know why I care. It's Tom Brady. I'm a Colts fan. Don't know why I care. I have a theory on why I care, and I'll tell you why when we come back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Westwood One Sports presents this special update on the 2022 Winter Games, sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. While competition has been going on for several days in Beijing, the opening ceremonies took place earlier today, marking the official start of these Winter Games. Now, Beijing is certainly not the first place that comes to mind when one thinks of winter sports, but IOC President Thomas Bach says the people of China and the country itself are ready to embrace these games.
More than 300 million Chinese people have been introduced to a winter sport during the preparation for these Olympic Games. Therefore, we can say today, China is a winter sport country.
While the Chinese people are being introduced to the sports, the downside is they won't be able to see them in person due to ongoing COVID restrictions. Tickets were not sold to the public, and attendance is being limited to invited guests. With this Winter Games update, I'm Ryan Radke, Westwood One Sports.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Ready for an oil change? We can help get the right protection at the right price. Right now, you can get 5 quarts of Valvoline Daily Protection or Valvoline Max Life High Mileage Motor Oil with an STP oil filter for just $28.99. Visit one of our 6,000 stores or order from AutoZone.com for same-day store pickup or next-day delivery.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Research shows people remember radio ads that remind them of the past. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need, here's an ad that'll really take you back.
Back in my day, I heard a voice from the radio say, Liberty Mutual customizes my home insurance, so I only pay for what I need. I'm getting on in years now, but heavens to Betsy, there are some things an old fella like me just never forgets.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, liberty, liberty.
The moment we've been waiting for since September is finally here. In honor of the big game, DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 56, is giving new customers 56-1 odds on either team. Bet just $5 and get $280 in free bets if your team wins. Not a new customer? You can experience Super Bowl 56 with same-game parlays. Combine multiple bets from the same game for a bigger payout. The more legs you add, the more money you can win. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable. Best of all, you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code BET1580 and get 56-1 odds on either team. Bet just $5 and get $280 in free bets if your team wins. That's code BET1580 at DraftKings Sportsbook. 21 and over. Arizona only. Gambling problem? 1-800-NEXT-STEP. New customers only. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details.
The most important event in sports could happen at any time. Like right now. Or right now. Or even now. Don't miss history. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or at 1580thefanatic.com.
We're in the home stretch of a blender here on this Friday, the 4th of February. Still got about a week or so left before the big game, Super Bowl 56. But if you've been jonesing for some football on Thursday nights, well, you can still turn every Thursday into payday with NBA on TNT on FanDuel Sportsbook. Let me tell you how it works. Doesn't matter if you win or lose. FanDuel is going to give all customers $10 back on Thursday. Just bet $10 or more on a same game parlay on any NBA on TNT game. So you might be watching a Suns game on the TNT there. They might be playing, I don't know, the Lakers. And you look at that and you say, well, I got Booker over 30 points. I've got CP3 with over 10 assists. You know, I've got the point total is going to be, over a certain amount, or they're going to cover the spread or whatever. You can bet all of that, build it into a parlay. And that could be a big win for you with just a little bit down. It's easy to use, easy to sign up and register, easy to deposit your money, and easy to set up your bets and find your bets, too. There's all sorts of odds, boosts, and specials every day. Some big super boosts every weekend. Live betting, easy to place your bet fast during a game if you see a trend you like. And if you're new to FanDuel, just sign up with the promo code Randy1580. And you can enjoy 56-1 odds on either team to win the Super Bowl. You can turn a $5 bet into $280 cash. Not credits, cash. That's promo code Randy1580 exclusively on FanDuel Sportsbook app. Remember, you've got to be 21 or older and present in Arizona. Bonus issued as a non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Max bonus $10. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
All right, let's catch up on the text line, and we will then do On This Date in Big Georgia sports history. And then for Friday, I want to spin a wheel of sports. So we'll do that here in a moment. But first, Colts fan Dan says, Jeffrey, you still definitely have COVID symptoms. Well, I don't know why you'd say that. I mean, I'm coughing occasionally, but I've actually the last few days, the best I've felt in an entire month. So I didn't know you were a doctor. Hitting the Nut says, my gym teacher used to make us run laps backwards to Let's Get Physical. I don't think you really got what the song was about. Ukla Mock says, old Tyreek can deliver quite a punch to the gut. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think about that every time I mention him. And he's a bad person. Senior Wake and Bake says, even if you win often, doesn't the bookie still want to break kneecaps? Okay, first off, when we use DraftKings and we use FanDuel, it's not a bookie. Right. Third, Keon is the one who has the bookie that he's brought into our presence and now endangered everyone. Yeah, see, that just shows you why you should use the online apps and not a bookie named Dan.
Right.
I don't use the bookie. I just
shame
I
on you, Keon.
I
Shame
might
on you.
At one point, and then I backed off it, but now he's here. He won't go away.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do about it.
You are put all of us in danger.
Just don't owe him any money, and you'll be fine.
You make it sound easy.
Yeah.
Just don't accept any money from him. Don't take any bets from him. You'll be okay.
He bought us lunch. Now that's it. Randy and I are in danger.
Hell, I'm looking out the blinds here. Make sure that the car's not out front, or there's some weirdness going on. Yeah.
This might be our last show live. Next show, we might be back as ghosts because of
a lot,
Keon.
Yeah.
Sorry. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for On This Date in Big Georgia's sports history. Back in the year 1861, in front of a reported crowd of over 10,000 spectators, the defending world champion Atlantics defeated the Charter Oak Club 36-27 on a game played on frozen Litchfield Pond in South Brooklyn, New York. Players were wearing ice skates, were permitted to glide past the bases that were just painted on the frozen surface. Back to me, Jeffrey.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, they played
baseball.
Baseball on ice. That sounds amazing.
We may have discovered a whole new sport we haven't even considered.
Well, we didn't discover it. It's been around since 1861. Why they never did it again is beyond me. Now look at that score, 36-27. That meant there was no defense.
You would not want to go in cleats high at second base, though. That's for sure.
I mean, there's no one is going to lay themselves out at the warning track on ice. It's just not going to happen.
What are you talking about? That'd be fun. Are you kidding me? You would glide forever, man.
Until you hit the wall.
Have them wear hockey pads.
I've seen guys run into the wall on grass.
So what you do is when you're batting, you don't wear like the heavy pads, but then when you're on defense, you wear the pads. I think it's brilliant. I think we should do this.
It's great. I'm just saying that's why there wasn't any defense.
You'd have to use like a high glow yellow ball, kind of like what the softball ladies use. High glow yellow ball, so you could see the ball. Yeah, yeah.
I think I would play this. I think I want to try. Or at least I want to see other people kill themselves doing it. I think this is amazing. All right.
All right.
Okay. So as advertised, we promised that we would do this. It's time now to find out what we talk about randomly. Spin that wheel of sports, Randy. All the leftover stories are taped to it, and here we go. Let's see here. Okay. This would be the worst casting of a movie ever. Somebody was talking about, hey, I want to play Bill Belichick when they're, because just like they did the Kurt Warner thing, there's going to be a Tom Brady movie, right? There's going to be a Tom Brady movie. And so Belichick, somebody's got to play Belichick, right? And the person who wants that role, Mark Wahlberg.
No way.
No way.
Come on.
Belichick isn't supposed to have abs.
How can you find a somehow worse casting than Kevin James as Sean Payton?
This would be it. This seriously,
I didn't think you could top that, but he clearly has.
What miserable, sourpuss looking person could play Bill Belichick right now?
Alec Baldwin. Little work on the hair.
There's no guns involved with this production, right?
Very stoic looking face.
He's
Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
I guess just from the years of watching him on 30 Rock, his face makes me laugh. So
you know what? Wahlberg could still be in the movie. He could be Josh McDaniel.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
That's better. Works. That's better. Yeah.
You know who it is? Remember the guy? I don't know. Well, he might be too tall. Damn. You got to find kind of a dumpy older guy. You know what I mean? A dumpy, chubby sort of older guy.
Who's going to play? I know who could play Tom Brady. The dude that played Chuck in that Super Spy movie.
Well, he just played Kurt Warner in the other movie.
Well, he could play Tom Brady.
No, who says they want to get into acting? Rob Gronkowski. Have him play Tom Brady.
No.
Could John Goodman be Bill Belichick?
No, because he lost all the weight. He's all skinny, John Goodman. Now.
Okay, I haven't seen it.
Weird. I don't know what to do with that.
But that would be a good casting, though.
Something we'll have to work on here.
They could put him in a bodysuit, though.
All right, here's your assignment. Everybody come up with some ideas and come back Monday, and we'll see what we can do. Boomer Sooner, no Christopher Walken as Bill Belichick. That wouldn't work. He said, "Give me a little cowbell." That's still, it's just not gonna do it. So I don't know. We'll work on it. Randy, spin the wheel. Let's see what we talk about next year. Somebody sort of dumpy and short. All right. So, John Madden, I don't know if you heard this, he died. And the video game Madden, or John Madden football, as it was when it started, of course, it's always been popular. It's always been fun. It's always been part of our lives. And I guess somebody got their hands on a sealed copy of John Madden football. So now, of course, they had it appraised, the original, looked at, and I guess it came from the EA offices, and so it was never in circulation or anything. And somebody now has purchased it for $480,000.
Wow,
that's a world record for most ever paid for a sports video game. And it was ranked 9.2. It wasn't even a 10 as far as that goes. But since this came from the EA offices and Electronic Arts, and nobody'd ever really messed it, I don't know how this person got it to sell it. And then you're going to pay $500,000 for a video game you can never play. Because the moment you open it, there goes a couple $100,000, right? If not all of it.
You just bought it just to have it, just to have it.
Yeah, it's basically you put it on an old thing like a trading card you can look at, but this became a trading card. You can't play it. It seems less fun, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
I would rather have an unsealed version of the game.
Why? What system could you play it on?
That's a good point. You'd have to get a system.
Yeah, but that you'd have to
They
buy
have
that too. But I suppose
Probably
if you
another
could-
That will cost you another couple $100,000.
it might still be cheaper than well, it would still be
Then
cheaper
you-
than this because you wouldn't have the $500,000
Well, then
of
you
game.
start playing, and you're like, well, I should just get the new one. And you're like, wow,
Yeah, I don't know. I think
dumbass am I?
You take this, it's sealed up, you put it in
Yeah.
one of those temperature controlled, humidity controlled frames, put it on the wall. It's a conversation piece.
That's all you got.
a
I'd rather have the game.
$500,000 conversation.
Anyway, it's a collector's item.
Fed fan didn't actually leave. She was just kidding. And now she says, Ricky Gervais is Bill Belichick.
No.
Ooh, that would work, except for he'd have a British accent and call everybody the C word.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I like it. Everybody else who's texting in, Ookla says George Costanza for Bill Belichick. Tommy Lee Jones is Bill Belichick. Robert De Niro.
De Niro might work. True, might work.
Rob Gronkowski's too special, if you know what I mean, to
Yeah.
play anything, says
Oh,
Colts
yeah,
fan
very
Dan.
special.
Augie says, how about the lady who plays Mama from Throw Mama from the Train? She died. Chief Stoll says, have a great weekend, guys. Keon, I hope you make it through the weekend and Captain Dan doesn't cap your knees.
Thank you for that.
Hitting the Nut says, Steve Buscemi is Bill Belichick.
No.
Augie says, Al Pacino. I don't know
Maybe.
about any of these suggestions, I'll be
Al
honest.
Pacino's maybe a bit eccentric.
We need a doughy, sour-faced guy. See, we'll all think about it. We'll talk about it Monday. Have a great weekend. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.